Yo, 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 everybody, what is going on? Welcome in. I am here. I am alive. I'm breathing. Barely.
Do not sound great.
I don't feel great either.
I figured you were off your game when I saw you without a hat on at the beginning, and I was like, this is new.
I made a
don't know if
TikTok
I
without
like
a hat on. That's very rare. It's very rare that I let people see. Yeah, but we're
Generally
here.
when you just get your hair done, and then I was like, I don't think that was today.
No,
so.
that was me waking up from a nap 15 minutes ago and going, oh, shit. All right.
I was wondering when I didn't have the link. I was like, uh-oh, he
Yep.
slept in.
I was like, oh, boy. There we go. But we're here. We're alive.
We are.
This will be the last watch along we do for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And by a while, I mean until a week from Monday for Raw. Because Friday night is the commercial holiday that is Valentine's Day. So
It
I will
sure
not.
is.
We will not be doing a stream that evening. I will most likely still be deathly ill.
Oh, God. I hope not if you're going on holidays.
I know. And then I have a little mini vacation up north to the mountains of New Hampshire next week for, I think, 4 or 5 days, something like that, during the week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll still be playing some games the rest of this week, like the afternoon streams, if I'm feeling up to it. Obviously, I've been sick here. But this will be the last watch-along we do until a week from Monday we'll be back. So that's what we'll do there. But we should have a good one tonight. They really loaded this NXT. So we got a steel cage match for the North American Championship.
I was going to say, I don't even know what's on the card. I haven't.
Yeah, it's Tony D versus somebody, whoever he, Ridge Holland in a steel cage match for the North American Championship. We have Cora Jade versus Bayley. We have
this is the go home show, right?
This is the go home show to Vengeance Day. Yeah, we have Cora Jade versus Bayley. We have a 3-way tag team match to crown the number 1 contenders for the NXT men's tag team titles. I feel like the Heritage Cup, Fandango,
yes,
who returned last week. He is facing Lexis King for the Heritage Cup.
I wonder, is it going to be with the new rules?
I think it is. I think it's just going to be a straight up match because that's the new Lexis King rules.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Very heelish by him to change the rules. The one thing that made that feel different.
So that match, the tag match, is that for a number 1 contender spot, or
that's what the tweet makes it sound like.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's actually for a number 1 contender spot, or they're just saying like whoever wins this match has to be rising up the ranks in the line. But they made it feel like
oh yeah, there it is. Which team will move one step closer to the NXT Tag Team Championship when this huge triple threat goes down tonight? Yeah. So not necessarily number 1 contender, but like proving that they're worth it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Ugh. Doon. All right. I always have. I don't. Well, you're on Netflix, right? So you just have a counter. It's always Young Sheldon is the show that's on every week.
I've never watched a single.
I haven't either. I don't want to. I know people really love the show, but the Geek show that he was on before that, not a fan of. Like I watched at least a dozen episodes, and I think I laughed maybe once total.
When it was first on, I watched the first few seasons and I liked it, and then I was like, okay, now I'm over it, And I think if you go back and you didn't watch it originally and you go to watch it now, it does not hold up.
Yeah, I mean, you only can make fun of them being nerds so often before it's like, okay, how many times can you make fun of them that they're nerds? I get it, they're nerds. The first couple
seasons, I found that it was more smart insults, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it just got lowbrow, and I'm like, okay, now it's just whatever.
So, I don't know. Whatever. It was never, again, I've never, like, I never watched How I Met Your Mother. I never watched, like, all those shows that everyone's gaga over and things like that. Big Bang Theory, like, no. The episodes I've seen, okay. Yeah, they're fine. They didn't make me laugh, so I don't give a shit. One show that I did find to be very, very funny for a long time was Modern Family. I
liked Modern Family a lot.
I thought that was like a very witty, smart, funny show.
I think a lot of people could see themselves in someone in that show because there was such a big cast.
Yeah.
And I think that's the the secret to a longevity of a show is you have to be able to see yourself in something, whether it's the place it takes place in or the time. Like I liked the Goldbergs because it was pure nostalgia for me growing up in the 80s, right?
Yeah, the episodes I've seen of that show are good because there are a lot of like 80s and 90s.
Yeah. And so for me, it was like I had that phone. I used to do my hair like her. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was pure nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
Was it the best show on TV? No, but I found it kind of funny. And like I said, it was just more of a I saw myself. So
yeah. All right. Let me get the YouTube.
You have your water?
I do. Yeah.
Good. You're all set.
Yeah. We got my water, man. We're ready. We're humming, man. I made it through. I made it through the watch along last night.
Yeah, you did.
Yo, Dustin, what's going on? Superstore. I didn't watch a ton of Superstore, but I've seen a couple episodes. That seemed to be funny. I was just going to say,
I don't think I've seen any of that. I'll have to add it to my list.
That seemed to be funny. Yeah, I mean, again, Modern Family isn't even recent anymore. Like, it's been off the air for, I think it's off the air. It's been off the air for a little bit.
Yeah.
I found myself, like, the shows that I found, like, What We Do in the Shadows.
I love that.
Is a show that I have found to be hilarious and, like, one of my favorite shows of the last handful of years.
Did you watch? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look it up now because I can't think of the name of it. It's the one, it's the pirate one where the captain's like flamboyantly gay. He's the Australian guy that's in it.
He's from Flight of the Conchords, right? That guy?
No.
It's an HBO show?
It's
an HBO show, I think you're talking about.
I think so.
Although I know in different countries it's different, but it's an HBO show for me. It's a long title for the name, I think.
Yes. Like something about our flag means death.
Yeah, yeah. I saw some episodes of it. Yeah, I didn't finish it.
I liked that one a lot too. That was sort of the same sort of humor as the one we were just talking about. That I've lost the name of it all of a sudden.
Yeah, I need
the Shadows show.
Yeah. Like in my opinion, the funniest show to. Now it was only on for 2.5 seasons, so I can't claim that it is the greatest show of all time, at least a sitcom. But I still, to this day, I think the funniest show to ever be on television was Arrested Development. I think.
Oh, I really liked that too. Yeah.
I think I think it was like 2 full seasons and then like a 10-episode third season. I know they've released like later ones in the last, however many years on Netflix and stuff. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like the original 2.5 seasons that was on Fox that aired back then. To me, there's never been a funnier show on television.
Does it hold up, Dustin? I was really afraid. That show is so old now, right? Like,
I feel like it would hold up. I feel like a lot of those sitcoms, like Full House, still holds up. I've watched episodes of Full House if it's on like some corny TV channel or something like that. That still holds up. Boy Meets World still holds up.
I've never seen an episode of that ever.
One of the all-time greats.
Like I know it, and I know all the pop culture references. Yeah. I feel like I was out of the demographic it was geared towards by the time it aired.
That's fair.
So, like for me, it didn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
But going back now, it might be different. Like I find that with a lot of things that I didn't watch when it was first on, because I feel like I was probably in college when it was on.
So yeah, that seems about right. I think I was an older elementary school kid when it started. Maybe
so like early 90s ish.
It was like mid 90s.
Yeah, like I graduated high school in 93. So.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, we can Google it. I don't know the exact year, but I would assume that it started anywhere in like that 94 to 96 window.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably why I didn't watch it. Like, same with a lot of shows that it just wasn't my demographic at the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But because I'm such a pop culture nerd, there's so much stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I know that reference, but like.
Yeah.
We are go time.
Are we in go time? Because I still have a freaking commercial.
Oh, I have the live events about to start.
All right, rock and roll.
I sent you a thing on TikTok. Whether you watch it now or later, you don't even have to watch it. I'll fill you in on what's going on. A lot of people are getting dinged with copyright takedowns. So.
Oh, for WWE?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I got yelled at for Raw last week, not because of WWE, but because of the Travis Scott song.
Oh, okay. Was that this guy that I sent you the thing? He said that he had a huge influx on his Twitch account, so he wasn't sure if he just got like dinged by a bot or he had someone on his TikTok complaining that they were talking too much over the show, which, I mean, you literally do that because
that's what you're supposed to talk over the show. So
yeah, so he doesn't know if he got mass reported. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't really sure why, but
I'm not sure. The only thing that I didn't get a message about the one from last night, so I think everything was fine. I got yelled at by.
Yes, I'm old.
I got yelled at by YouTube for the Raw watch along last week because they said the Travis Scott song 4x4.
I can kind of understand that.
So I think the intro. So last night I just muted through the intro.
Yeah.
And when they were coming back from commercial and shit, when I knew they were playing music, I muted.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing that. But.
Oh, Ridge Holland up being a heel, ripping up signs. How rude.
I love it. Let's go, Dawn. Who's oh. Yeah.
The Dawn.
Now I wonder. I'm shocked that sign wasn't a plant. Like that's a plant.
Yeah, I would think so. Opening with Bayley.
Oh, opening with Bayley. Let's go. Well, she's wrestling on every show this week, so.
Yeah, she's the GOAT though, right?
Yeah, she wrestled last night. She's wrestling tonight. She's doing the Celebrity NBA game on Friday night.
I was gonna say that's this weekend, right?
Yeah, she's doing that game on Friday night. Then she's in the triple threat match for the title at Vengeance Day on Saturday. She's everywhere.
Hardest working woman on the roster right now.
This week at least. Yeah. I love Bayley.
Me too. It's really too bad that, she's not gonna win the triple threat.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I think because I had this conversation with somebody and they were like, "Well, I mean, why? I mean, she's not gonna win it." I'm like, "Well, she could, in theory. They put it on Becky.
Yeah.
So, but they're not gonna take it off Julia yet.
No.
I mean, they put it on Becky so Lyra could get it. It was just a stepping stone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only reason that Becky might win it is if Julia's getting called up right away.
No, I think Roxanne.
Well, I could see them both, and maybe Bayley's the stepping stone to drop it to someone else without Julia losing it to somebody else. Using it to Bayley, you could almost understand, but Cora with her hair, I like her hair like that. When she has it really, really straight, it's not. Yeah. I don't like it quite as much. But
yeah.
She's just. I don't know how these girls wrestle with so much hair. That's the thing that always boggles my mind.
Cora Jade.
Oh no, went after her right away. How rude.
The main event tonight, I believe, is the steel cage match for the North American title. I would think.
I would assume so.
I would assume that is the main event this evening.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And then I assume that Saturday will be the last NXT match for Roxanne.
Yeah,
I would expect her. She is on the main roster. They've basically come out and said she's on the main. She's qualified. She's in a match on Raw next week to qualify for the.
Oh yeah, that's
Chamber.
Right.
She's fighting Raquel, and she's gonna get in. She's gonna be in the Chamber match. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would expect Roxanne to win that match.
Two spots left, right? Because Bayley qualified last night.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I watched Raw this morning, so.
Oh, we got someone from Norway in the chat and TikTok. Well, welcome in if you're watching wrestling. Watching some NXT tonight. We're watching along. We're here every Tuesday. Not next week. I'm on vacation, so. But we're here every Monday, every Tuesday, and we try to be here every Friday. But Fridays are a little bit of a struggle sometimes. It's a hard night. But we're here at least every Monday and Tuesday. Except next week I am on vacation. So yeah. Oh, you're in the future, so it's Wednesday. So.
I love that you didn't know you were on holidays, though.
No, completely didn't know. So. You gotta find out
Did
sometime.
you get the I told you about it? And you were like, okay.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You did.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh. All right. It'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
I was watching a gentleman that's from New Zealand on TikTok the other day, and he walks, and when he does his walks, he does 5 miles a day, and he just live streams and talks to people. And he was talking about how he's been married for 17 years or something, and he was just like, yep. And the secret is happy wife, happy life. And also, yes, dear, you're absolutely correct. And every morning I get up and I look in the mirror and I said, you're absolutely correct, dear. And I keep going on with my day. Nope. I was like, oh my God. So good.
Oh, apparently. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. That might explain why I'm not married. So, yeah, I do not subscribe to that. If you are wrong, I will tell you are wrong. So that's how I roll. That's how I roll.
Fair.
I'm not gonna, whatever the word is that I can't think of because I'm heavily medicated. I usually have a decent vocabulary, but I feel like I'm heavily medicated.
So we're going to be in like a Simpsons episode right now where it's like, him card, read good, Mr. Kearns.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a goddamn professional, so I'm going to make it work, and it's going to be a great watch-along in time for everybody. But I am on all the drugs. I'm on all the drugs.
There's no, this is just a regular match, right? I didn't see anything about any stipulations.
No. This is just Cora Jade is friends with... Yeah, Cora Jade's been kind of a lackey for Roxanne here, so it's just kind of started amongst that stuff.
Okay. I just saw the kendo stick or whatever it was when she first came in, so I was like, oh, did I miss something?
Yeah. No, that seems to be her new thing, that she's just carrying around that kendo, the black kendo stick. That seems to be the new... I don't know. But thank you for the follows over on TikTok. Thank you for sharing this out. If you're watching on TikTok, first and foremost, thanks for being here. And second of all, smash that like button. I'm sick. Guys. Smash the like button. Likes. Yeah. Think about what I'm I could be sleeping.
Tap those healing thoughts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have sacrificed not only my time, but my health for the betterment of the viewers, man. It's unbelievable.
You must be in a commercial, are you? I just went to like...
I am at picture in picture, baby. We got picture in picture. Bailey versus Roxanne versus Valkyria. That would be all right. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun, yeah.
That'd be fun. I do think Bailey and Roxanne will be the WrestleMania match. I think that's a good little WrestleMania match for both of them. That's why I do expect Roxanne to beat Raquel next week and get in the chamber, because I do think Bailey and Roxanne will kind of take themselves out of the chamber match a little bit, and they'll kind of build towards that in there. And then we kind of get to there. My only thing is now they kind of threw me for... I would, even though she lost her match to Liv, I was still under the impression that Io was going to somehow find her way into the chamber and win, because I do think it's still going to be, as of this moment, I still feel like it's going to be Io versus Rhea at Mania. However, they said last night on Raw that they're going to do that for the title, the Raw after the chamber.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. So they're basically saying that, is Io not going to be in the chamber?
That's what it made. That's why I was like, that makes no sense that they would do it that way.
So then it can't be Io versus Rhea at Mania.
Exactly. Like, and I still thought that would be the match. So I don't know what way they're going to go. If they pivoted and they are going to do Charlotte and Rhea for a third time and break that, they need a rubber match because they each have one win over the other.
You don't think it'll be Charlotte and Tiffany?
I think it will be, but I don't know who's going to challenge Rhea then. They can't do Liv and Rhea again. You can't. As much as it was a great feud, you can't. Yeah. You cannot.
Well, who else is in the...
It could be Bailey. I guess it could be Bailey, but I feel like the Bailey and Roxanne thing is... Mm-hmm. That's what they're setting up there, right? With Bailey and Roxanne. So then you have... I mean, it could be Alexa Bliss, I guess. Alexa Bliss just came back to crazy pops. She's super over. She qualified on SmackDown last week.
Oh, that's right.
And she's super over. She's kind of got the Wyatt kind of dark thing about her. Her and Rhea could make sense that way, I guess. Unless you do that, but I don't know if... Like, don't get me wrong, Alexa. I'm glad Alexa's back, and I do think she's a top person, but, like, I feel like that's kind of just a thrown-together match very quickly. Like, oh, she got a really good pop, a better one than we were expecting at the Royal Rumble. She needs a Mania match for the title.
If anything,
that's what that feels like.
Shows us that they just change things on the fly based on what people want.
So, yeah, like, I'm just kind of... I don't know, because I thought that they were going to do... Oh, the 6th spot will be like a 6-pack challenge for all the losers that lost their qualifying matches, and that Io would get in that way.
Unless Io ends up in it, and somehow Charlotte hasn't determined who she wants to fight.
Yeah.
So then we get the Io Rhea, and then we get an Io Rhea again. Like,
I don't know. That's my only thing is... I could see them doing the Io Rhea thing, and then that also leads to like another match at Mania, like a rematch. But then again, whoever wins the chamber needs to have a match against one of the champs.
Yeah, I agree.
So it doesn't, you know, like it doesn't make sense to me like how they would do it. But I guess we'll have to see.
It's a good matchup. They're both similar like styles and sizes and stuff, right? So it's like,
yeah, I do like how they kind of like they've been showing like. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Cora Jade does nothing for me. No, she does nothing for me. Do I think she's fine? Yep. Do I think she can have a?
Why she's getting so much push though? Like she's the one over on TNA and everything, right?
I mean, they love her. She's been pushed since she's been there.
Trisha's definitely doing something on the show. That's already been announced, I do believe.
It's been reported that she should be having more things happening leading into Chamber.
Yeah,
whatever that means.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that she'll be in it. She might even be like the host of it or something.
Yeah, maybe. But
oh, that's a good question over on YouTube.
None of them. It's a good question, but I don't think any of those people will come back.
Yeah.
I think that the new people that are going to be coming are the 3 people that just left AEW. I would expect Ricky Starks to be there on Saturday night at Vengeance Day. I would be shocked if he's not there. That's kind of where I'm at.
None of them have a non-compete, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit before we see Alistair or Malachi and Miro Rusev. I think we'll wait a little bit, but I think Ricky Starks will be at Vengeance Day on Saturday.
I mean, he could just stand in the balcony like they do, right?
Well, I think he's going to be the leader of that new faction.
Oh,
those four guys that people are saying it is, none of them are big enough to lead a faction. Yeah. At all. I don't care if it's on NXT. They need an actual leader. Ricky Starks is a guy that can lead that group. He's automatically a main eventer, automatically a top guy in the company. That's how it should go.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but he wasn't released when they were pushing this unless they had a...
They had an idea. He's best friends with Cody. They had an idea.
Oh, okay.
100% they had an idea.
Oh, okay.
At least I would think.
What's going on here?
Oh, they're playing the old mute. This is going to be Roxanne.
What?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
That's Roxanne as the old Bailey. That's hilarious.
Oh my God, it's like the whole Tony and Mariah thing.
Oh, I love that.
Hold on, I got a black screen.
Wait, what?
Oh, there we go, I'm back. Oh my God, that's hysterical. She looks so much like her, I can't.
I love that. I actually wanted them to just do a throwback and have Bailey come out to that song just once while she's been down there. But I'm glad they did that. That was fun.
Do you think
how's this not a
TNA?
Who is? Yeah, I mean, I think Indy was let go a while ago, so maybe if that's her. I don't know if
I haven't seen any reports indicating that, so I was just curious where.
Yeah, unless we're talking about somebody else, maybe.
That
Cora Jade, maybe?
Yeah.
Wow, Cora Jade beating Bailey. All right.
What's Roxanne do? Roxanne looks surprised. What did she think the distraction was gonna do?
Well, her and Cora Jade haven't necessarily been seeing eye to eye.
Sorry, Indy Hartwell is facing Zaya Brookside? Is that what you're... Sorry, I'm so confused by this conversation.
Oh. What did Ava just say to Julia?
The old school Bailey costume is fantastic. I haven't been keeping up on TNA. It's not something I always used to watch, and now that there's a partnership, I feel like I have to, and I'm like, I only have so much time.
No, you don't have to watch it. I mean, don't get me wrong, TNA puts on a good product.
I usually record it, and I'll skip through some of the matches that seem interesting to me, but...
What's going on here?
Ava.
Oh, is this, who's music? Oh, Ava. This is her music? They're going to add Cora Jade. It's going to be a 4-way. Yeah, Cora's getting added.
Oh, okay, Scott. I didn't know that. I didn't see that. Oh, yes, I did. Cora Jade on TNA. Yes, I did.
Yeah, she's been there for a few. She's kind of Masha Slamovich.
She's the one facing Zaya Brookside.
Yeah. Yep, it's a fatal 4-way now. So we don't have a triple threat. We got a fatal 4-way. So Roxanne's going to smile and be like, yay. And then once Cora turns around, she's going to be like, no.
That might have been what she was talking to Julia about that we didn't hear.
Yeah, she's like, it's going to be a fatal 4-way now.
That should be a good match, though, based on the people that are in that match.
Yeah, that'll be good.
This
Zaria's turning heel. They're turning her heel, and I can't wait.
With her training sesh at the beach.
Oh, is that Nikita Lyons?
I think so.
We're gonna do it my way.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Excuse me, what did you just say? Because we're not talking to you. I said
no thanks.
Imagine me at the beach. No, I'm good. You know what? How about you talk?
I don't understand the appeal of her. Like, what is going on?
Come on. I don't either, because she's not good.
Yeah.
But I 100% understand the appeal.
But I mean, the personality, like the character, none of it is like. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think she's there for her personality. I think she's there for one reason and one reason only. Yes. Because she's not good in the ring. She's not good talker. She's a shitty person outside of the ring. There are no redeeming qualities on Nikita Lyons except her physical assets.
Because everything I watched is just like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
WWE in Las Vegas. Bring 3 massive shows to T-Mobile Arena. Friday Night SmackDown. WWE Stand and Deliver.
My God, we're already Raw after WrestleMania advertisements.
Yep.
It feels like it's so far away. I'm just like.
I mean, it kind of is. And thank you for the new follow on YouTube. I appreciate that. For the follow over on YouTube. We might have missed that in our conversation, but appreciate that.
I don't think I see any of that. So.
I mean, it is, though. It is. I mean, we have, what is it, April 8th, 19th, and 20th?
Yeah.
It's Mania? So today's February 11th. So we have
20, yeah.
over 2 months.
Yes, because it's 420, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Night 2's 420. What? How good of WWE to put the night 2 of WrestleMania on a holiday like that. Bless them. Bless them.
Giving you outstanding dandruff protection and leaving hair beautiful and moisturized.
I mean, I wouldn't hate Indy Hartwell in TNA, but I just haven't seen anything.
I saw Indy Hartwell in Indianapolis. She was at the WrestleCon there, doing some meet and greets and doing some fun stuff. So she looked like she was doing all right for herself. Saw a lot of people there. The Iconics, or whatever they call themselves now. What do they call themselves? The Inspiration? Is that what they call?
Yes, that sounds right.
Now I have a commercial.
Yeah, I just have the slow motion vignette things.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh God, I'm hurt. Playing hurt tonight.
Seems to be a lot of spoofing of accounts going on social media right now. I'm getting multiple people that I already following me that are already following me, but on a different account, like with the same name. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know anybody that's like, obviously I know some people that follow me, but I could have a bunch. I just really look at the number. I don't really look at like who these people, like I'll wake up one day and it'll be like, oh, you got like 13 more followers on Twitter. And I'm like, cool. And I don't even try to pay attention to any of the, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just sent him a message. The guy who
you're like, hey man, have you got hacked, bro?
Well, this guy's in the wrestling media field, and I know we already follow each other. So when I get a follow with his name and same bio, I'm like, do you have a second account? Like, did your other account get locked? Like, is it spoofed? Like, Also, if I'm the person to break that news to you, great, because I've had my account spoofed and it's not fun.
Yep, that's fair. I think it's happened to most people at this point.
Well, my Instagram, they took my likeness and my bio and they were sending porn to people. So that was great.
I mean, at least they were trying to be nice.
Yeah. Because I had a couple people message me. They were like,
thank you for the nice morning present.
Yeah. But I like that they were like, we knew it wasn't you. And I couldn't look it up because they were smart enough to block me.
Yeah. I got my original Instagram that I had for years and years got hacked and taken from me. And I reported it. I had everybody I knew reported it, and they never gave it back to me. It's still out there, like my original name, like it's still there. And so I made the one that like kind of goes in line with all my other stuff, the JPJ Loves Gaming stuff. And yeah, but I still have yet to get my original Instagram back, even though I was like, yeah, this is clearly me, dude.
It's not great.
Yeah. But it's all meta crap, so they're all
I don't know what's going on too, yeah, because I have a lot of stuff where I can't comment or like on people's posts right now, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Oh, they're showing that LFG show, man.
Yeah, what is that show exactly?
I think it's just a show where they're gonna like show young up and comers like learning how to basically. It feels like it's gonna be a Tough Enough, but with less of the bullshit.
Some of the ID people in there? Do you think?
That I don't know. I don't know who these people are. I haven't seen anybody that I've recognized off the top of my head. Like I have, like some of those ID people, I know who they are clearly.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think they've really shown. But I'm very interested because I feel like it is going to be of the Tough Enough ilk, which I liked Tough Enough. I just think it's going to be less. Like I saw, and take it for what it's worth. But I saw. Oh, it comes Obafemi. I saw Bully Ray. Bully Ray was chatting with someone today. I think Ariel Hanwani. And he asked him about it, and he said, what's the difference between this and Tough Enough? Like, if people were thinking this is Tough Enough. And Bully Ray said, it's kind of similar. He goes, but I think the main difference is, he goes, Tough Enough felt like it was the boys beating the shit and kind of bullying the younger guys. Like, you got to go through this to get your... He goes, this is not like that. This is like actually teaching these kids how to do this.
WrestleMania was on Easter weekend. I haven't paid attention to what month, or what day Easter is this year.
That's late. That feels like it's late for Easter.
Yeah. Did you see the clip from LFG with Gunther on it?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, no one cares if you're trying your hardest.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
So
it.
good.
See, that's the stuff I want to see. I saw one that was like this. They did like, who wants to get in here and cut a promo? And there was this cocky looking kid that got in there, and he was cutting a promo, and he was so bad. And Bully Ray, or I think they're calling him Bubba Ray, but Bubba Ray stopped him and said something, and the kid gave lip back to Bubba Ray. And so they started going back and forth, and then it just kind of ended, and the kid kind of was like, whatever, and left the ring. And as he was going to leave the ring, the Undertaker was like, hold on, get back in the ring. And that's how the preview ended, and I was like, oh boy. I was like, one guy you don't want calling you back in the ring is probably the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's probably not one guy you want to be on his bad side.
Absolutely.
He's a big individual.
I wouldn't want any of them calling me back. I'd be like, I'm good.
And I think they got a good cast too. Like I think the Undertaker, Mickey James, Booker T, and Bubba Ray. Like I think that's a good thing of coaches. I saw CM Punk's going to be down there doing a promo class. They had the Gunther stuff. I think it's going to be good.
You need to have those, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Oh, okay. A-Town Down's back tonight.
Man, they're not giving this up, huh? Well, he's fighting both of them on Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's going to be a very funny match because he's just going to manhandle the two of them.
Oh, I think this is going to start on NXT of all places. I think this is going to officially start the breakup of these two.
Oh, yeah.
They've been teasing it for a year.
It's so funny. I've been joking about how much I don't like them.
I like them.
Also,
I like them.
I can't imagine them not without each other now. You know
I forget who I was talking to. It might have been Josh because the last 2 Mondays it was just him and I.
Mm-hmm. No, I was there last Monday.
Yeah, were you? Okay, yeah. Austin Theory, I still think has a
boxer. Remember, I looked it up.
He has a lot of stink on him still because of the Vince stuff, because of the Vince angle and him being involved with it. And I think he has a lot of don't get me wrong. I don't know how he is outside of the ring. There might be some questionable. I haven't looked into it or anything like that. But he's like 26. He's good looking. He can talk. He's very good in the ring. He's really good, and he's one of the future guys of the company, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he can't get the stink of him being like, I don't want to say the chosen one because Drew McIntyre was, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was like this version of the chosen one with Vince, and I feel like people will, and obviously that terrible cash-in did not help at all.
No.
Did not help at all.
Catch it. It was an open challenge, and he used this briefcase. Like, what?
Yeah, it did not help at all.
Yeah.
But I feel like he can't get over, like, I feel like people need to lay off with Theory, because I think he's actually pretty good. Uh-oh, what do you say?
I don't know. I missed that.
Yeah, see?
Oh, they're both saying that they're going to have the belt, and we're like, how does that work? Oh, but Femi's like, only one of you can win, right? Like,
I just want you to know that title means a lot to me. Do you know how sick I get? Hearing Braun Breaker's name, hearing Carmelo Hayes' name, hearing Trick Williams' name. Just because they had that, despite the fact that I gave everything to have a chance.
you can see Austin Theory is getting really.
Yeah, he's
There
staring
we
at
go.
it.
Yeah.
He's going to tell him to shut up.
And that includes
Yeah, they're going to be the downfall of each other.
Yeah,
obviously.
100%. 100%.
It's just funny to see the fallout and the breakup happening here. Oh yeah, they're already fighting. Oba's just sitting there laughing.
I'm so sick of hearing that story. Guess what? No one cares.
Damn, dude. Oh, he did the "you can't see me."
Let me tell you something, Grayson.
That's a second Cena reference in the same promo.
It's a very rare accomplishment.
Oh, okay.
Someone like you not understanding because you never had
Wow.
a singles title on your own anyway.
Oh, they're getting dirty. I like it. I like when people rag on each other.
I do when it's like stuff like this. When it's calling people's wives and girlfriends things, I'm not about that life.
I don't care. It's a wrestling show. It's fake. People say worse stuff on TV shows and movies. That's kind of how I view it. So it's all fake. It's not real. But I understand. I understand that sentiment. But
Save. You think I need to be saved? I'm just getting started. And when it comes to this
like I've not had issue, but I've always like when people complain when a heel does something really bad, and they're like, oh, I'm like, he's a bad guy. Have you not watched a movie and watched a bad guy kill somebody? It's the same thing. It's like playing a character.
I disagree, but
You know what I mean? That's at least how I view it. It's a fake characters and a fake story.
if I was watching a movie or a TV show where the two people were just going after each other's girlfriends and wives and calling them like names, I would probably turn it off. So.
That's fair, I guess. If they're assholes, they're assholes. You know, that fits the character.
But it did not work. But I promise you one thing on Saturday. There is nothing.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun match.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna stop me from getting that championship? No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oba's just standing laughing. It's killing me.
Oh. Wait, this is a setup. They're setting it up. They're gonna both attack Oba. This is all a plan.
No.
Oh, maybe not. I thought that was gonna be like all a plan.
And there we go. They hate each other, but they hate Oba more.
Exactly. Yeah, this is all a plan. Yeah, okay. I mean, I still think in the match they're gonna, obviously, they're gonna break down.
Yeah. It's impressive him picking Oba up like that.
Damn.
I think he's holding his nose. I think he might have broke his nose or his nose is bleeding.
Oh. Where did that come from? What is all that stuff on the screen?
What?
I don't know.
On NXT?
No, I just had something. Oh, it's on YouTube. All right, I had something pop up on the screen. I know I had like one of my like alert things. That noise came through the headphones, and then I had a bunch of like question marks on the screen, and then we got a new chat.
I haven't seen anything on my side.
Yeah, we had a new sub on YouTube again. Thank you for subbing. Said shout out to everyone in the chat, including JPJ. Keep up the good work. And channel, appreciate. And shout out from the South Bronx. Hell yeah.
The sportertainment guy. I love that.
I like it. I like it.
All right, Eddie Thorpe, what are you doing?
I don't know. You know, he's with, Josh told me this last night. Not that I care about I don't care about anything. Like, obviously, don't be a bad person. Yeah. But I don't pay attention to, like, who's dating who.
Relationship status.
And, like, I don't give a shit. I'm there to watch you wrestle. I'm not there to know about your personal life. It's not my business. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he's with Dakota Kai.
Yes.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Josh told me that yesterday. I was like, oh, really? I was like, he outkicked his coverage. He outkicked his coverage there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you would consider Eddie Thorpe to be an attractive fella. But I think he outkicked his coverage there with Dakota. I'm going to be honest with you. That is a mismatch to me. That is a mismatch.
I feel like that about Tiffany and Kaiser.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way? Like Tiffany, because Kaiser's not not attractive enough to be with Tiffany, or the other way around?
No.
Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. They rigged it. They knew she was going to start going deep, and they kicked her out. No, it's not unfortunate at all. I couldn't. It didn't tell me where it was coming from. All right, Ophelia should be back now. They knew she was going to start getting hot and heavy, and they were like, "We got to cut her off.
What was that?
So, do you not find Kaiser attractive? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, not at all. It has nothing to do with their appearance. It's just I feel like it's their characters. They don't feel like they would jive.
That's fair. Although Tiffany,
again, I don't know what they're like.
Well, yeah,
in real life,
I saw Tiffany in an interview, and she said that like off when Kaiser is not on screen or doing interviews or stuff like that, she said that he's like never not funny, like he's always witty.
Well, their TikToks are hysterical.
Yeah, see, like I haven't seen any of those, but she said that he is always like cracking jokes, being a wise ass, pranks, like he's always that type of guy.
You know the stereotypical TikToks where the girlfriend's trying to do something and the boyfriend's like not, just like no. Like that's what he's like. He's just like, no, we're not doing this. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Stop it. Like, that's fair. Kind of like who is it backstage of the girls that does that?
Michin.
No, she the one that's always like, turn it off. I don't want anything to do with this. Is it Shayna?
It might be Shayna, but I know Michin's the one that goes in the backstage and always cuts those videos of being like, I'm on my way to the ring.
That's always like, turn it off. This is dumb. I think it's Shayna Baszler.
It probably is. That would make sense, I feel like.
But yeah, Kaiser's like that on the TikTok. He's just like, what are you doing? This is dumb. I'm not doing this. Like, stop it. Like,
have some fun, Ludwig.
Yeah, he's like got that borderline. That's basically him, right? Because she's just like, she's Tiffany, right?
Now, listen. I know I said earlier that I don't really subscribe to that happy wife, happy life situation. Mm-hmm. But if Tiffany Stratton is the wife, I would subscribe to the happy wife, happy life.
Happy, you want to keep happy house, right?
Yeah,
like,
happy. Yeah, that's a good one. But I feel like that would be one you kind of probably you want to try to keep. You want to try to keep that. You want to try to. I would guess.
We're in the week of the commercial holiday.
Yeah, we're gonna future first ballot Hall of Famer. Already world champion. You know,
it does feel like a Shayna Baszler thing.
It does.
Like, yeah.
You know.
And Shayna's the one that does the stews, right? The stew talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which forced. Yeah, she did that, and then Pluggo.
I know.
That gross fuck. Did those things. Disgusting. But
I don't get.
Disgusting.
It's one thing if he was actually making stew and just like doing stew talk of his own, but he was like, I don't know.
He's a grown man doing that. A grown man. How do you think that it feels in your body? How do you think your body feels about that?
Yeah.
You're like, brother, you ain't 20. You can't just inhale this. You're not 20, bro.
Mountain Dew.
You are in your late 30s. If you are that, you are gonna die. Your shit's gonna fail.
It was all blue food, though. I was like, it's not great.
He did, first of all, he didn't even cook the rice. Didn't even cook the rice.
No, really?
Yes.
Oh, I assumed it was prepared rice.
No.
I didn't realize it was like
he put in the dry rice.
You know how you can't feed that to birds because they'll like basically explode? Is that what's going to happen to Pluggo?
I don't think so. Did you see his Twitter today?
No.
He said that he booked an eye doctor's appointment for the first time since high school.
Oh, yes, I did. I was like,
He's
what?
38. That's
So, like,
20 years ago. Are you kidding me?
To be fair, when he's on Beards and he's reading the comments.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Because I said, I go, because I think Kate from Fightful was like, good, you're supposed to do it every year. It's not just to check to see if you can see it, like checks for brain tumors and like brain-related shit. Like you should go get your eyes checked every year. Like it's not just about getting glasses or prescriptions. It's like it checks your brain health and things like that. And Pluggo was like, yeah, he goes, I've always been really bad about going to the doctor. I have to get better at it. And I'm like, brother, you should have started getting more better at it when you turned 30. Because once you turn 30, you're I was at this. I was there. You can probably see me in the crowd right there, to be honest with you, for that angle. I think you could have saw me there. Yep, you can see. I can see myself right there.
That's a real crack. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Pluggo, when he made that TikTok, and then I saw him actually take a bite. It was bad enough when I thought it was real rice, like real as in cooked. Now that I know,
I thought he rigged it.
Right.
I thought he rigged it. I was like, you didn't take a real bite of that. Like that was something else you took a bite of. Like you acted like you took the bite, and the way you cut the video, you took a bite of something real. And he was like, no, I ate it. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Like, did you take a bite and spit it out?
I was like, you had energy drink, you had Gatorade, you had Mountain Dew in there, rice.
All blue food. It was like
it's disgusting. Has this match been official yet for Vengeance Day here? I assume this will be a match for Vengeance Day.
You know what? I don't know. I mean, I know it was sort of happened at the end of last week, didn't it?
Oh, his mouth isn't sewed shut anymore.
Yeah. Well, no, because they said he might not be cleared, but let me take care of him or something. Wasn't that Ethan Page's comment? Like, leave him to me or something?
Okay, well, I am worried about that. And what if Ethan does?
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Oh, so he is cleared.
All right.
Or he's not cleared and he has to sign a waiver.
Yeah, the doctor said it's his choice.
I need you to sign this.
Okay, signing a waiver. So he's about to get killed in the ring is what we're saying.
At Vengeance Day, it waives WWE of any liability if you get hurt. That means it's on
I'll
you.
think about it. Signs immediately.
All right.
That goes like the, please read the following thing and then sign if you agree. And everyone just like, whee!
Yep.
Signs. All right, so here we go with the no quarter
right.
catch.
Yeah, no, who's this? Who are they fighting? Tag match? Oh, this is the three-way tag match. This is the three-way tag match. Yo, Jason, what's up, man? Miles Bourne, death.
Yeah,
a death
amazing.
fella.
When I heard that, like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Like, that's gotta be tough in a situation where you know they're talking to each other in the ring, right? Like, which makes me wonder if he's, this is gonna sound really dumb, legally deaf and still has partial hearing, or if he's deaf, or if he's only deaf in one ear. Like,
Yeah.
my
I also
mom's
think
deaf in
I think he
one ear.
wears a hearing aid as well.
Yeah, so he might be hard of hearing, but
Yeah.
like legal definition of deaf if he doesn't have them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that was a disgusting scene. Yo, Eric, what's going on, man? Jason, I am dying. But I'm feeling all right. Like, I got some pep in my step. The second we get off air, though, dead.
Yeah, that message, but like that, yeah, he wants to just get beat down by Ethan Page. Like,
Yeah. The way that they made that look, though, with the teeth spitting out, it looked very gruesome when Ethan Page did that. Like, they made that look really, really good. They made that look really good.
Yeah.
See, here's a problem. Okay. So this is a three-way tag match, right? To me, this should be a triple threat match inside the ring at all times. Not
isn't it?
No, it's a one-on-one, I think.
Oh my God.
And you got to tag out, but there's 3 teams.
I hate that.
I feel like
Because
there
you
should
can tag
be.
into anybody.
Yeah, if it's a three-way tag, that means that it should be a three-way in the ring at all times, in my opinion.
So what makes it so you can't tag your own partner and just pin them?
No, I think both people couldn't get. You can't tag in your own. Well, I know you can tag in your own partner, obviously, if you're for the advantage.
From his time over in Japan as well. You talk about strength, incredible power. Thornton. We talk about the tag team champions.
Nice.
Axiom, Nathan Frazier. Need to note that they successfully.
Who's the guy in the yellow? What's his name again?
Tavion Heights.
Yeah, like he's got a great name.
Yeah.
He's the one that went to Japan recently, right?
Did very well. He had rave reviews, and then Josh Briggs also went to Japan, and he did not have rave reviews.
Yeah.
He did not have rave reviews. Josh Briggs he's a New England guy. I don't know where he's actually from, but he cut his teeth. He was a big-time deal in chaotic wrestling in, like, the local Massachusetts, New England area. He was a big-time deal, like, world champion multiple times, like. So when I saw that he got signed by WWE, I was like, well, he's got the size. Then he's agile for a big man. But he's really just kind of, he was in that tag team for a long time. They broke it up, and now he's just in another tag team.
Yeah.
So I don't really know.
Yeah, that Tavion Heights guy, I saw him a while ago, and then he sort of disappeared, and I was like, where's he been? And someone's like, oh, he's in New Japan. I'm like, good for him.
Yeah.
Like, at least he's in the ring doing stuff, right? So. Hank and Tank make me happy. I don't know why, but they do.
Yeah. I say it every time, but I get Public Enemy vibes. I get the tag team Public Enemy from the 90s, WCW and ECW. I get vibes.
I think any team that's got a very different look, or not even a nostalgic look, but something that's just like not normal, I guess, for lack of a better description. Like, give me something with some personality.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a reason to remember you.
Yeah. I agree.
Probably why I love the Outrunners so much.
Yeah, Hank and Tank, to me, I get Public Enemy and I get Heavy Machinery vibes.
Yes, definitely that for sure.
I get kind of a mixture of Heavy Machinery and Public Enemy.
And then I always think about oh my God, who's the indie guys, the Garbage Daddies, right? Like they've got a whole vibe. Yeah, like they got a whole vibe, and I love that too.
Yeah, both those guys rule, Alec Price and Cole, but I'm Cole. I consider a friend of mine. When I go to the GCW shows, like we make sure we see each other and hug and chat for a few. When I witnessed the Joey Janela situation, I was talking to Cole when it happened. I was like 5 feet away talking to Cole, and then when I almost blew the Effie spot because they couldn't find me, I was also talking to Cole. And Pluggo was like, yo! And I was like, oh, I gotta go. Bye.
Get Fraxium up watching from the, what do they call that?
I don't know. What do they call it in NXT? They call it something?
Yeah, they call it like the something roost or something. I keep calling it the chicken coop, and I don't think that's right.
I think we're gonna get a picture-in-picture here, it sounds like.
Yeah, I went to a black screen, so we must be.
All right. Oh, what is this? This looks like no, that's Morgan Freeman. I got Morgan Freeman on my stream. Oh, I got Eugene Levy's kid. Dan. Right?
Yeah, Dan.
That's his name, Dan. First of all, okay. How many kids? I love Eugene Levy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
How many fucking kids does he have? Because on the Super Bowl commercial, he had like fucking 3 different kids in that commercial. Like I know Dan, but then there's a daughter. There's a daughter that's famous.
I didn't know he had any other than Dan.
Like I know Eugene Levy, obviously. I know Dan Levy.
He's got 2, Sarah and Dan.
Okay, because she was also in the commercial.
Yeah.
And the people around me were like, "Oh, that's Eugene Levy's daughter," and I'm like, "Why the fuck do I know who she is?"
Yeah.
How many kids does he have?
2.
God damn. What does she do?
She's an actress, apparently.
What has she been in? Was she in the show with Dan?
No, she's not from Schitt's Creek.
Okay. Well, JB says they both were.
If she wasn't one of the main characters.
This is odd because now I can hear you, but you disappeared on camera.
Oh, it does say she was in Schitt's Creek.
So was she the daughter in Schitt's Creek then? Like, are they the main kids or his actual kids? I know he was. I know Dan obviously was. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, she definitely was. I thought you were referring to, but she.
Okay. Do you want to try to duck in?
Makes sense though. If he was involved, why wouldn't you get your kids' parts on the show, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I've seen episodes of that show. I haven't watched.
Get all the kids on the show.
Oh, all right. I'm hearing that she didn't play the daughter. She played one of the people in town.
Oh, I think
townspeople. No, I can hear you.
Got disconnected.
No, I can. Can you hear me? Peggy, can you hear me? Because I can hear you, but I can't see
hear you.
Okay. I need. Damn it. All right. Hold on. Hopefully she'll come back in. Hold on. I don't know why it does this. It does this every friggin' week. We have like perfect connection, and then sometime during it, it's just like, yeah, we're not going to work for 2 seconds. And I'm like, great. I'm so happy that you make me go through this, Streamlabs. The hell. You know? All right. I just sent Peggy the new link, so she should hopefully be joining us momentarily. But, yo, JB, what's going on, brother? All right, there's Peggy. Peggy should be back now. There it is. Boom. She's back.
Tonight.
That was weird because usually when you disappear like that on screen, we can't hear you, but I could hear you completely that whole time.
And I couldn't hear you at all. I could see you talking, but I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, get out. I was trying to say, like, get out and come back in because I can hear you. I just can't see you. But we're fine now.
So weird.
You know, I have a real estate commercial on right now.
Okay.
And
Still same commercial break?
Oh yeah.
That's a long one.
C-dub, man. It's the regular cable, man. They are very long. I feel like NXT has the longest commercials of all of them because it's on like basic cable. And everybody gets it. But I've thought about in my next venture, like when it comes to like jobs and stuff, not that I want to ever get one again, but I have to. I've thought about real estate. I've thought about it. I feel like I would do well at it.
It's tough because I used to work with a realtor. So it's a lot of not getting paid and then getting paid. Like, so if you're okay with that.
I mean, I haven't been getting paid for a year.
No, but I mean like you work, and then hopefully get paid when you sell or bring a buyer in. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of work when. And if you're, I mean, it depends on the market you're in. And I mean, obviously it takes some time to get your license and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but
I mean.
Yeah, I was a PA for a realtor, so.
Yeah. In the words of Tommy Boy, I can sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. So.
That's me too.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, have you ever thought about selling cars? And I'm like, I know I could. I know I'd be successful at it. But also, and this is no offense to anybody that might be a car dealer, there's a certain level of like sleaziness that I feel happens with every car salesman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know it's not fair. It's not a fair judgment. But every time I've ever bought a car, even though I've had great people sell me cars, in the back of my head, I'm like, this guy's trying to screw me.
Yeah.
This guy's trying to fuck me over here.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same as any like
mechanic
retail or any type of sales thing, but everybody knows car dealers do it, right?
You know, yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, this guy's making it sound like he's giving me the best deal of all time, but in his brain, he knows he's fucking me.
I've sold so many different types of things over the years that I'm the same way. And they're like, what do you know about this? I'm like, nothing, but I can learn fast. Like,
yeah,
I'll be your best salesperson. Give me like 2 or 3 months. I'm fine. Like, I can sell anything.
Yeah.
But, that's why last time I bought my car dealer did not like me because I will play hardball with you. Yeah. I'm like, I don't need this car. I got a car right there. It's fine. I'm like, I left like 3 times, 3 different people. I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I owe you nothing.
It's been a while. Like, I don't need to buy a car. It's been a while since I bought one. But that's how, I mean, I don't play hardball with them. I just go there and I go, all right, what's the best offer you can get me? And then they give me the offer and I go, yeah, no, that's too much. I'm not paying that per month. So this is my window. If you can get this car down there to me, you make it happen. And if you cannot, just let me know. Don't come over to me saying, oh, I can get you down to nope, this is my number. Get me down to that number. I don't care if it's
this plus taxes. This is my number.
That's the number. And if you can't get me down to that number, don't waste your time. Don't waste my time because I'm walking out the door.
Yeah.
So either you're going to get me the number or I'm not buying a car from you. So do you want money? Do you want to sell? Then get me that fucking number.
I think the thing that happens to me is that, I mean, obviously I'm a girl, so I go in and they're like, oh, okay. And my favorite was like, would you like to talk to your husband about this? And I'm like, we're going to have a one-word conversation here. It's no. And like.
What's this guy doing?
He almost booted you this morning, Scott? What happened? I missed that.
Oh, I gave everybody the warning on the firmly WWE thing. I said real quick. I said if anybody says anything about the fucking Eagles, I'm banning you. And that's what I said. So I let Lawrence come in and say his one thing. Scott, who lives in New England, the fact that he roots for the Eagles is embarrassing, but it is what it is. I mean, whatever. He grew up, he was born in Massachusetts and lives in New England. He roots for the Eagles. Someone failed somewhere. So it is what it is. But, you know.
I mean, I also cheer for the Eagles.
Yeah, but you're in Canada. You don't have an actual football team to root for where you are. Like a real football team. And you picked a front runner. You picked a front runner. That's what people do.
I adopted it from the group of friends that I hang out with.
Yeah,
so
which you picked a front runner. That's very easy to do. God forbid you pick a team where you can actually like enjoy their rise.
My friends all cheer for Philly, so it was just sort of
So they're trash. They're trash, is what you say.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know them. I don't give a shit. But yeah. Oh wow, that was are they gonna win?
I think so.
Okay. All right. I mean, fine. I guess.
Surprised by that choice, but okay.
Here's the thing, Jason. It's not that I'm not a fan of Philadelphia, the city. I've been to the city multiple times. Great food, great bars. The fans. Specifically the sports fans. That's where the issue is. They make a good sandwich. They do. A Philly cheesesteak.
Praxium on the mics. What are you guys doing?
A Philly cheesesteak. I'm not gonna argue with.
That's the one with the liquid cheese, though, right? Is that the better one? Because there's two choices, right?
Philly, I believe if it's an authentic Philly cheesesteak, you got to use the whiz. Because you got to use the yellow liquid,
like,
the
there's
whiz.
like the liquid cheese whiz, and then there's the one that's done with like provolone.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
well, where I am in the Northeast, in the States, the Northeast, where we do things better than every other part of the country, because we are superior. But where I am, Eric, you're asking what food? I would say clam chowder is usually, and like seafood in general. I would say seafood in general and clam chowder.
I would say Boston and all of Massachusetts is very similar to our East Coast, like Nova Scotia, where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of.
Yeah. Seafood, we have a place in Boston called the North End. It's like a whole little neighborhood, and it's basically what Little Italy would be in other cities. You will have some of the best Italian food you have ever eaten in your life in the North End. Like, you find a little hole in the wall, you'll die in heaven. But yeah, I would say, is Philly considered? No. There used to be a time in my life where people used to try to convince me that New York was part of New England. And I was like, you can kiss my ass on that.
What is New York considered then?
Not New England. New England is Maine, Vermont, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's New England. Now, if we could get rid of one of them, I have multiple choices that I would like to get rid of, because Connecticut is fucking useless. I don't know why Connecticut is there. It is one of the more useless states that has ever existed. It's a dump. Nothing good in Connecticut. I don't know why Connecticut's there. And then New Hampshire.
The YouTube chats that got me rolling here.
I got no idea what Connecticut is there for. UConn, yeah, that's fine. All right. They got a good school, I guess. Okay. All right. Has anybody in their life said, oh man, I want to go on vacation? Where do I want to go? I want to go to Connecticut. That's where I want to go. Peggy is frozen again? Why are we having connection issues with Peggy? We're having bad connection issues with Peggy. I'm going to disconnect her, and hopefully she can come back on here. Peggy, if you can hear me, go in and come back out, because I don't know what the hell's going on with this connection here. But, yeah, so Connecticut. Yeah, they heard. That was Connecticut. All right, Peggy left. So I think if she comes back, it should be fine. I don't know what the connection issues are tonight, but there she is. All right, this should work. I don't know what's going on. The connection is wonky tonight more than usual. Oh, now I can't. All right, hold on. Because now I can't hear you. What the hell is going on tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, now I can hear you. Talk?
Hey?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
What the hell? Yeah, so Connecticut's useless.
Connecticut's an extension of New York.
That's probably why it's trash. But it's, it's useless. And then obviously I've always said it's beautiful. I'm not going to lie to you. New Hampshire is a beautiful state, but New Hampshire is the south of the north.
You know what? When you say that, I know exactly what you mean.
New Hampshire is the south of the north. So I will leave it at that. Take that as you will. But that's, yeah.
Apparently the hamburger originated in Connecticut.
Wow. Although I will say New Haven, Connecticut, best pizza in the country.
And New Haven. The hamburger originated in a diner in New Haven called Lewis's Lunch.
Yep. New Haven, Connecticut, Frank Pepe's, and there's 2 other places. There's like 3.
But they also claim fame to clam top pizza, so they can go.
Well, yes, that's Frank Pepe's. They put clams on top of pizza. It's a famous. It's a famous pizza.
That's a pass.
Yeah. Are you frozen again? No. All right, you're there. I was like, I swear to God.
Am I frozen?
No, you're fine. You froze for like a split second. I was like, are we gonna be dealing with this all night? Like, what is going on?
It's weird. My internet's all fine.
What is the Toronto equivalent? You would have to tell me how Canadians view Toronto. I would need to know how Canadians view Toronto to tell you what that would be the equivalent would be.
I can answer this question.
Yeah.
Because Toronto thinks they're the center of the universe, so they're very much...
Speak of the devil, they're showing Toronto right now on my TV screen.
So they're very much New York City. Like, they think they're the center of the universe, the most important place, and New York City has that same vibe.
But here's the thing, though. Even though I hate New York sports teams, New York is the center. Like, they act that way, but they actually are. Is like Toronto actually that place, though?
Yeah, Toronto's like the biggest city, probably. Okay.
Yeah, so then I would say, oddly enough, considering Boston and Montreal hate each other, I feel like Montreal is like the Boston of Canada. Just a very old, rich history, good, that old, cold, old, rich buildings, old churches, rich history, old Montreal. I feel like Montreal is the equivalent to Boston, even though in hockey, we do not like each other.
That's why you're too much alike.
Yeah.
I mean, I see no reason to disagree with that statement. Yeah. Even though I think in actuality, where I'm from, Halifax is very much Boston.
That's fair. But I feel like Halifax...
Because we're both like...
Oh, Fandango.
Well, I mean, we have the same... I mean, we have that whole thing where we send Boston the Christmas tree every year, right? Like, we've got a relationship with Boston.
Yeah. Oh, they're having him come out to his TNA theme.
Nice.
And,
So, I mean, obviously, we have an affinity for Boston. We've always had that in Nova Scotia. So.
But, like, to me, right, so Halifax, obviously I've heard of Halifax.
Yeah.
But Halifax, to me, would be, like, the equivalent of, like, and I don't say this negatively, but, like, of, like, a Maine or a Vermont. Like...
Yeah, like, we're a lot smaller.
You're smaller, like, you're part of it, but you're, like, a small, like...
Yeah, we're not, like, what's the population of Boston?
Oh God, I'd have to look. We're a super small city. We're a super small city. I don't even know ballpark, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like Boston is the biggest little city in the country.
Like Halifax's population is about 500,000.
I would assume we have more than that.
Yeah,
no,
so
not much more. We have 600 as of 2023. Okay. So we could probably have a little more by now. But as of 2023, we had 650,000.
Halifax has tons of Bruins fans. Yeah.
Well, at least they're smart. I mean, I don't know how smart it is to like the Bruins, the Chokers.
A Penguins fan because of Sidney Crosby.
Disgusting.
A Boston fan because it's pretty much...
See, she froze again. What the hell is going on with the connection with Peggy tonight? I'm really getting pissed off now. Now I'm getting annoyed. We usually run into small problems, but this is like the 4th time she's been frozen and had to leave. It's all right. She'll be back. Someone's internet ain't working. Oh, God. Come on, Peggy. Come on, Peg. So, last week, Lexus King, hopefully she's back now. I don't know what's going on with this connection tonight, but it's really starting to annoy me.
I'm looking at everything I might have. I have nothing running in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I have perfect connect. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. I have the TikTok thing up, but that's for the chat. I always have that up. So
yeah,
I'm not
like
really
closing out
sure.
absolutely everything that I can think of on my end.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Could just be one of those weeks, you know? Just could be one of those weeks. Yeah, so there's 650 whatever thousand people. Almost 654,000 in Boston.
I really New York City is one place that's on my bucket list.
Oh,
I've never been.
Fantastic.
I want to go I have a insane love for Broadway.
Oh yeah.
And I actually get really mad. A group of my girlfriends all went and didn't tell me they were planning this trip. Like girlfriends and family from the East Coast. And I'm like, I would have met you there. Like, I know I live on the opposite side of the country, but I 100% would have met you there.
Yeah.
So.
That's shitty.
Yeah. When I found out, I was not pleased.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. New York.
I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm going on my own.
Yeah, so I went to New York pre being 21 years of age, which is, I know Canada's 18, but in the United States, you got to be 21 to drink. So I went to what the fuck? I can't talk. I went to New York a few times before my 21st birthday, and it was still a great experience, but I was kind of like, all right, that was kind of overrated. That wasn't what it cracked up to be. Every time I've been to, why am I saying it that way? Every time I've been to New York, post being 21 years of age, I have the time of my life. Great place, great bars, great. You can get any type of food you want at any time, any type of food.
Yeah.
Everything is open till like 4 a.m. Great bars, great clubs, great nightlife. It's, again, I haven't been since COVID, so I don't know
what survived.
Yes, because like, even though I live in a small town, the downtown of the town that I used to live in on Fridays and Saturday nights, that shit was hopping. And if you go down there now, it's like it doesn't fucking exist anymore because COVID ruined everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So but I assume New York is the same way. Like, I've been to Nashville post-COVID, and Nashville was a time and a half. So.
Right before COVID, I did a lot of traveling with working at Microsoft, and I was lucky enough. I went to Chicago, which I loved Chicago.
Oh, Chicago, my favorite non-Boston city in the country. I've been numerous times.
My favorite city that I visited was San Francisco.
Never been. I've heard wonderful things.
Yeah, incredible.
I've heard wonderful things.
I've
never been.
Trip planned to San Francisco in April of 2020, which obviously did not happen.
Yeah.
But,
I wouldn't consider myself a world traveler by any means, or even a American traveler by any means, but the West Coast I've never been to. I've been to Texas multiple times.
My favorite city, though, is probably Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, so like Seattle, Portland, any of California, I've never been to.
You would love Portland.
Yeah, Portland's right. Although now it's kind of scary. Some scary shit going on there.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Everything I'm doing is based on, obviously, before 2020.
Yeah.
What do you mean the pizza store in New York is unbelievable? What does that mean? Is that a typo?
No, I think there's a pizza place called the Pizza Store.
Pizza store? Oh, okay.
Well, like it. If you listen, and I will say this as a Bostonian, and I know you and people in Canada, we've talked about this. You have a food chain up there called Boston Pizza, and that makes no fucking sense. Not saying Boston has bad pizza. We have great pizza. We have great pizza.
Doesn't have good pizza.
But like, we're not known for our pizza. You can go to Santarpio's, you can go to Doughboys, like you can get a good piece of pizza in Boston, but we're not known for our pizza. So the fact that when I went to Edmonton last year, there were Boston pizzas everywhere, I was like, why the fuck is it Boston pizza? That makes no sense.
And even when I looked it up, I'm like, it still doesn't tell me why. Like,
yeah. I was like, of all the things.
Yeah, I know.
Boston pizza.
There's a whole thing here, obviously, with the whole like threat of tariffs and so on and so forth about keeping money in Canada and supporting Canadian businesses. It was funny. It was like, remember, if any restaurant has an American name, it's probably Canadian.
Sure.
Like New York Fries is Canadian.
Is that a space? Is that another place?
Yeah, it's like you'd find it in mall food courts. They do like poutine and stuff like that. Yeah, New York Fries, Boston Pizza, like St. Louis ribs, Canadian.
Well, But that makes sense, though, because St. Louis ribs is a famous style of ribs.
Yeah.
New York fries, I don't get. You get good fries everywhere. You get good fries everywhere. I don't get that. It should be New York pizza.
Yeah.
Is what it should be. Because New York, I would think, is kind of known for the pizza.
I just think it's really, really funny that, well, it's funny that the GM for the Leafs, their family owns it, but it's from Edmonton. So.
Oh, wow. Do they choke at the end of every fiscal year? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry about that. Fuck the Leafs. Go Bruins.
I've been to Uno in Chicago. That's one of the places that
Here's the thing, guys.
Took me.
Let me tell you. Next time you go to Chicago, if you want real pizza, don't go to fucking Uno's.
I like Uno's.
It's fine. It's fine. But it's a chain. You don't go there.
The place to go. I went to the original Uno's.
If you want legit, because even the big two that they have out there, Giordano's and oh my fuck, what is it? They have two main places for deep dish. It's Giordano's and there's a second one. However, trust me on this. When you go to Chicago, if you want the best deep dish pizza, you have to go to Pequod's. If people are from Chicago or they've been to Chicago and they're a regular of Chicago, they will know. But if you want,
funny because the guy who took us around was from Chicago and he insisted that we go to the original Uno's.
That was probably just for a historic.
That's probably why.
Thing.
I'm not a fan though. I prefer tavern
style
in Chicago.
Does that say in the Twitch chat that the Detroit Pistons are beating the Chicago Bulls at halftime 71-29?
That is what that says.
71-29.
I saw that too, and I was like, that can't be right.
At halftime in basketball? 29 points in the first half. Holy moly, what the hell? Oh, that's got to be the lowest point total ever at a half.
We're like yapping away about everything else, but I was just, I didn't see whether we were doing the original rules or the new rules. It looks like we're doing the new rules.
We are. So it's just a regular match. One fall, that's right. That's what.
Yeah. One fall, no time limit. Like, okay. Weird.
It's going to bother me what that second deep dish place is in Chicago. It's not Uno either, because that's obviously like the... But it's Giordano's, and the second one is... Lou Malnati's. There it is. So it's Lou Malnati's and Giordano's. Both good. I've been to both. They're good. But I'm telling you right now, Pequod's. Pequod's.
Do you know the best place for Chicago dog? Because we went to a couple places there.
For what?
Chicago dogs. Like the hot dogs.
I'm going to be honest with you.
It's not your thing.
I don't want a fucking tomato. I don't want a full fucking tomato in my hot dog.
Everyone I had when I was there, I was like, this is great. I have no problem with any of them.
I don't need a goddamn half slice of tomato on my goddamn hot dog. If I want tomato on my hot dog, I'm going to put ketchup on it.
No thanks. Ketchup is... No.
That's what I'm going to do, because I'm a goddamn American.
I don't like ketchup on my...
Oh, we lost. See, now I can hear you still. If you can hear me. I don't know what is going on here. Peggy, if you can hear me, go in and go out. Go in and go out.
Booker, you don't think it was sad to hear the things King was saying about those that helped him? That he turned his back on everyone that started to believe in him? The universe, the locker room, friends, family.
It's just got to be one of those connections tonight, bro. This is brutal. This is a brutal connection we have going on tonight. This is easily, I think, the worst one since we've started these. That's like the 5th or 6th time. Usually it's like once, twice on a bad night.
What good are friends if you can't use their backs to further your own career?
So, but I'm also one of those people. Can I hear you? Have you talked?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm also one of those people that when I go to cities, I look for the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, going to Chicago the first time, I wanted to go to Lou Malnati's and Giordano's, because those were, like, you know, when I went to Philly the first time, I went to Gino's and Pat's.
Yeah,
you know, because, but when you start talking to the locals, they'll tell you, they'll be like, listen, those are the two big ones, don't fucking go there.
Yeah.
You go here, and this is the best cheesesteak, really. So I try to find those people. I try to find those spots. And I was told by an Uber driver the last time I was in Chicago, which again was a long time ago. We were like, oh, we're going to get deep dish. And they go, oh, where are you going? And we're like, probably Lou Malnati's. And he went, no. He said, you got to go to Pequod's. It's the best. And we did, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, I like it when Uber drivers will tell you stuff like that, because you're like, okay, he gets it. He knows.
Yeah. Like when I went to Nashville, I wanted some Nashville hot chicken. And we had an Uber driver, and we were talking to him, and we were like, yeah, we're going to try the hot chicken and whatever. And he was like, all right. And there's a famous place called Hattie B's down in Nashville, Hattie B's hot chicken. And he was like, listen to me. And we were like, yeah. And he goes, the one that's downtown that everybody goes on? And we're like, yeah. He goes, don't go to that one. He goes, that one's fine. You'll be happy with what you get. He goes, you got to take a 10-minute Uber. You got to go outside. You got to go to the one here. It's in a little, the neighborhood is not, whatever. But that's the one. Like, that's the one you got to go to. And that'll kind of change, that's the Hattie B's you got to go to. And I was like, I have no reason to not listen to this man.
Yeah. And even though it's a chain, sometimes franchises are different, right?
Yep.
So
I'm going to take my drugs real quick.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised that Lexus King won this.
Yeah. Definitely just did some bumps. But that was good to see Fandango.
Yeah.
Get a little rub there. Anybody in the chat, do y'all know where I could find $5 grand?
What do you need $5 grand for?
To live.
Okay, that's fair.
Just 5. Not a lot. Not a lot of money. Do I gotta sell my feet? What do I gotta do?
Oh my god, her dress as Bailey is killing me right now.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Vengeance Day and become a record-breaking 3-time NXT Women's Champion. Okay, good luck with that. This is the best you ever looked.
I love that she calls everybody idiot. It just makes me laugh, and the way she says it too, right? Like, you idiot, you ugly idiot.
I was just saying that there's gonna be a new champion on Saturday.
Yeah, you're right, and it's gonna be me. I mean, you said it yourself. It's finally my turn to win a championship, and I'll make sure you're.
What does that say? And it says something ego. I'm trying to read it.
Yeah, right.
Hoosier, you're late, bro. You're late, man. We've been here for an hour and a half. Oh.
Oh, we were talking about
who's this? Izzy Dane?
Oh yeah.
No. Yes. No, this is Nikita. Oh, she's fighting Zarya here? Yeah?
Must be. That must have been something from the fallout from the backstage thing.
Well, if she's fighting Zarya, Zarya's going to handle business here.
It should be a squash then. Just squash her.
Zarya's going to handle some business.
Or what's your big romantical plans for Friday?
Who are you talking to?
You.
I'm just doing drugs.
We were talking about the commercial holiday, so I thought you had plans.
Yeah. Just doing some drugs. I'll probably go out to a dinner. I'll probably head out to a dinner. Friday's Valentine's Day, Hoosier.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, man. You better be getting, I don't know if you don't have a lady, I don't know if you don't have a partner or a lady, that's fine, but you better be getting some, if you have a sister or a mother, with somebody, get somebody some chocolates. Asian Joe saying, if Hoosier's late, then I am fashionably late. Yeah, man, you haven't seen the commercials for Valentine's Day for the last 2 weeks? Everywhere?
2 weeks.
Fucking buy this card, buy this chocolate, buy these flowers, spend all your money.
Car.
Shit that you can do any other day of the year, you can do that stuff.
Less.
But yes, spend more money now to do it now. Otherwise, your partner will hate you.
It was so funny. I was looking at something online and it was like 2 dozen roses were, I want to say like $50 or something. And then it was like for Valentine's Day, you could order 2 dozen roses and the picture was identical and it was like $130. I was like, what is going on?
A couple years ago, I ordered, I think it was either flowers or I ordered like chocolate covered strawberries from like one of like the bigger sites.
I agree, brother.
And I paid an extra $20 to guarantee that it got delivered on Valentine's Day and it got delivered on February 16th. $20 extra I paid.
Yeah. And did you get your money back?
Nope. I'm not one of those people. I don't go back for it. I was like, you know what? You scam me. Fuck you. I'm never buying anything from you ever again. I'm not a Karen.
I'm very much like
I'm not a Karen.
I mean, I would rather have flowers for no reason any other day than paying 4 times the price because it's Valentine's Day. What am I doing? I'm going out with a bunch of people. We're all going out for steak and lobster on Valentine's Day.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
It's steak, lobster, and shrimp for $45.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and it's at a restaurant that I love. So
that's pretty good. Yeah. Look at. I know most people probably won't think so, but like when I want to be kind of like a romantic, a hopeless romantic, I'm pretty good at it, right? I make it work. So like obviously I'm gonna get some cute, it's Valentine's Day, so like I'm gonna do, but I prefer, hey, let's pick a restaurant that we either love that we go to a lot, or like let's pick a nice restaurant and let's just like go have a good dinner, have a cocktail, and then come home, and if we want to watch something, we can watch something. If we want to do whatever, or if we want to, I don't care. But I much prefer that. That spending time that way is a lot more fulfilling for me than, don't get me wrong, I love presents. Like I would love some chocolates and I don't need flowers. But like chocolates and a card, like, yeah, that's fine. That's romantic. That's cute. Like I like that. But I much prefer, hey, let's like go spend an evening out and like have a nice meal and
I'm just very much
hang
like,
out,
you can get me chocolate and flowers for no reason.
That's my thing.
Happier than feeling like you had to because it was Valentine's Day.
That's my thing. That's my thing. And again, I don't need gifts at all, like really ever. I'm not one of those people. Besides Christmas, give me all the gifts. But besides Christmas, like I don't need gifts. But like I feel like even though there's good intentions behind it, it does have that little bit of a vibe because it's such a commercial holiday. That I feel like a lot of it just seems like, oh, well, I need to get this person something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's Valentine's Day, where it's like, okay, but if it wasn't Valentine's Day, you wouldn't. So like, why don't we got to change the perspective that people just kind of do that stuff normally. Why do we have to wait once a year to get somebody chocolates?
Yeah, I've never been a really big Valentine's person anyway. It's my dad's birthday.
Oh,
so
fair.
Like growing up, it was always like about my dad.
It was the birthday first,
Yeah, and of course now that dad's no longer with us, it's just like I don't want to be reminded of it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That's why I mean, it is what it is, right? So, but also I'd rather, like I said, have flowers for no reason, just because I feel like you have to. Because I'd be like, did you do this because you had to? Because like.
Well, Fallon, you haven't faced this version of Kalani Jordan.
Oh.
Shouldn't you be more worried about Jada?
Oh, Jada. Miss Parker.
There she is. Who's that, Ashanti in the background there?
I don't know, but he's eyeballing somebody. It looks like it. Yeah.
I mean, how can he not be? How can he not be? Let's be real.
I like that he's got his glasses on, too, so that he can't be caught.
Isn't he still involved with Petrovic, though?
I thought so.
Rewind. My girl beat you and you. So the only one who deserves a title shot is the gold-blooded Queen Carmen.
What do you call it?
The cold-blooded Queen Carmen? Or gold-blooded?
She does carry a sword. Oh, here, all right, Zarya.
Wow, Asian Joe, really?
I mean, look, you gotta keep the gimmick, man. You gotta stick with the gimmick.
Thought he had mended the fences.
I feel like this is one of the first one-on-one matches we've seen with Zarya.
Yeah, I think so too.
There have not been many.
Oh, Soul coming out with her, like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. That's kind of funny.
This girl is gonna be the biggest heel in NXT. Within the next 2 months.
Oh yeah.
She is gonna be the biggest heel in this whole place. 100%. And you know what you can feed my veins with? Zarya versus Jordan Grace. You can feed my veins with it. Just stick it right in.
No nights off or fake holidays. There we go. Well, in saying that, we do not have a watch-along Friday.
No.
Because of the fake holiday.
Correct. I would like to keep my life. So, I would like to be alive come Saturday morning. Actually, the way I feel right now, give or take. But,
Zarya is the real deal. She's a powerhouse, and I don't agree with
what was that you said at the beginning? Happy wife, happy life?
Yeah, I always say happy spouse, happy house.
Well, happy, yeah. If I had a stream on Friday night, it would not be that.
And especially just the time of day that it would be too, right?
And it's 3, and again, not that I care, but like 8 to 11 on a Friday night.
Oh yes,
that's a hard ask. Like it's not a hard ask. Like I would, I'd like doing it, but that's like on a Friday, bro. Come on. Like Friday night's date night. Like that's a date night. You know what I mean? Like,
are you doing a watch along for Vengeance Day or?
That might be. I don't think so because it's also NBA All-Star Saturday night.
Yes.
And they have the 3-point competition and the slam dunk, and I love that. And then Grand Slam is on at like midnight after it.
Yeah, we don't know what time that is yet, do we?
It's going to be like midnight. It's going to be late because I would say I think the NBA stuff starts at 8, and I've been watching that my whole life, and I don't think it's ended before 11:30 ever.
Yeah.
So it's at least going to be 11 at the earliest, but I would plan for midnight. I would plan for a midnight Eastern start for Grand Slam there. Although they are starting Vengeance Day.
Yeah, that's what
they're starting Vengeance Day at 6. I think they're starting Vengeance Day earlier, which makes me think that maybe it will end before really the big NBA festivities start.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not really sure.
Yeah, because I figured Vengeance Day, because Vengeance Day's on the same time, right? 8 Eastern, basically.
JB, you are not out of bounds thinking that Nikita is pretty awful. We were literally talking about that like a half hour ago. She has no redeeming qualities whatsoever except her physical assets, and I honestly think that's the only reason she's still around.
She's got dirt on somebody.
I was going to say, either that or she has some pictures.
Yeah.
We are starting the third quarter, and the Pistons are winning 71-29.
That's mind-boggling.
Is that the lowest halftime score ever in basketball?
Vengeance Day will have a slightly earlier start time with the main card beginning at 6 Eastern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's early.
So that makes me think if they stick to the 2.5 hour time slot, it'll end at 8:30. And really nothing important on the Saturday night All-Star festivities is going to start before 8:30 because they're going to do all the introductions. There's going to be musical performances. They do a couple like smaller games that a lot of people don't care about as much as like the 3-point and the dunk.
It wasn't as much of a squash as I was hoping it was going to be.
No, but Nikita Lyons was god-awful in that match. Like, again, hopefully Zarya is healthy and didn't get hurt.
That's my thing I always worry about when you get somebody who's less good in the ring, because I don't like to be mean, is someone getting hurt accidentally.
Now, my thing is, right, because Zarya has been teasing. The Pistons are actually good. They're actually good this year. But 71-29.5. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Ethan. What are you doing, Ethan? That can't be right. 2:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that feels like it's too late. It's supposed to start right after, like directly after.
It's like the lead-in, right?
The NBA All-Star Game, which that's a good lead-in to have for AEW if people stick around.
Very late though.
It's going to be late though. It's going to be midnight. 2:30 seems super late.
I don't think it's going to have a lot of viewers if it's going to be starting, even if it's going to be starting at like 11 or midnight. I think the viewership is going to be low.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, you could probably see everything. I mean, if you don't really care about watching it, just.
I mean, they're. I believe it's going to be being recorded in Australia about 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. So, or something like Josh said it was going to be something like it's going to be live when it's like early morning for us.
Yeah, it'd be about 3 o'clock for you because I think it's about 1 o'clock for me.
Yeah, Scott, she is. She broke that news to. I mean, listen,
yeah,
we interviewed her in August at SummerSlam, the Beards, and we asked Bailey about Tyrese Halliburton in the NBA, and she said that. Back in August, she goes, I'm going to find a way to get to the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game, and I'm going to win the MVP. And she got there. She broke that news to us on the Beers. Again. I was there. In Lowell. It was a time.
Oh, no, that's fine. I mean, like I said, we're all speculating on start time. 2:30 just seems really late. Yeah, 10:30 I would buy. Even that it seems a bit early.
See how it says 10:30 or immediately after?
Yeah.
It's not going to be 10:30. Like I said, I've been watching the NBA All-Star Saturday night my whole life, and I think it's been on the guide as like 8 to 11 or 8 to 10 or 8 to 10:30 my whole life, and they have never finished on time.
It's the same thing
Ever.
like we were talking about recordings and stuff. Dynamite was recorded tonight.
Yes, for tomorrow, yeah.
And so, like, you know,
that's because they have to travel, right, to Australia tomorrow. So,
yeah.
And we're getting a snowstorm in the Northeast. So if there's anybody, I don't know where they are for Dynamite tonight, but if there's anybody that's going to Grand Slam that is based out of the Northeast, basically by the afternoon tomorrow, there's going to be a snowstorm here. So you're going to want to get out of there as quickly as you can.
Gives them a little bit of extra time because it's a long flight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know where it was. It was somewhere in Texas, wasn't it? Dynamite?
Oh, yeah. Austin, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because isn't Dustin Rhodes fighting MJF?
Yeah, sounds
and it's because they're in Texas.
It was really like last week trying to watch it, and it was like, when is it on? They're talking about, you know, this week on Grand Slam, and I'm like, well, that's not right. And then they're like, this week on Wednesday. I'm like, but it's on Tuesday. It was just like, it's all over the place.
Well, I think Dustin messed up.
And I'm talking about Kenny Omega was the one who said this week on Grand Slam, but
all right, because I know that Dustin, he cut the promo in the ring with MJF, which I actually thought was a good promo.
Yeah,
and then he did that. They gave him another promo like in the back an hour later last week. That was the same fucking promo that he cut in the ring for no reason. He got that second promo, and in that promo he said next Tuesday on Dynamite, and that was the one that I was like, Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the one that could.
So I think he fucked up because they're recording it on Tuesday, but I think he was supposed to still say Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
the All Stars, what is the game? Is Sunday? Is that
the All Star game is on Sunday night? The only All Star game that I still watch is the baseball All Star game because it's the only one that resembles an actual real game of the sport.
Baseball's the only real sport or the best sport.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're not even doing a hockey All Star game this year. They're doing that Four Nations tournament now.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, which I could give a fuck about at all. Like, if America wins that, whoop-de-fucking-do. They don't even have Who is it? They don't even have Russia in it. I understand why we don't have Russia in it. But if you're having a Four Nations tournament in the powerhouses of hockey and you don't have Russia in it, it does not count.
I'm also wondering if any of those players are playing for, like, America or whatever, like, with the American teams.
I mean, they're stopping the NHL season for it. They're stopping the season for, what, a week or something like that? Yeah, I don't know how long the thing's supposed to last.
It's only 4 teams, right?
Yeah, it's America, Canada, Finland.
And Sweden.
Yeah, which, again, fine. Finland, yep. Sweden as well. I get it. I get it. Russia needs to be in there. Russia needs to be in there. And I get it. They weren't at the Olympics either because they're run by a piece of shit. So I understand. I completely understand why they're not doing it. But the majority of this country would not care about hockey as much as it does if the United States hockey team did not beat Russia in 1980 in the Olympics. That is really the basis for what, like, that is like one of the more historic things that have ever happened in this country, sports related or not. But basically, Hoosier, I don't know the format. I haven't paid a ton of attention to it, but they're not doing All-Star. There's no All-Star game in hockey this year. They're doing the Four Nations tournament between, here comes Lou, between Canada, the United States, Finland, and Sweden. I assume it's just like 4 teams, like a tournament, like, whatever.
Like round robin.
And Trick Williams looks pissed.
It looks so different when he wears his hair down like that, too.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing it sort of pinned up.
So, what's your response?
Eddie Thorne, you want this strap match at Vengeance Day?
Oh, we're getting a strap match.
You got it.
Oh, and that had to be the thing, right? Like, I mean, we saw with Eddie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, like, they're doing that in hockey. They're even doing a different basketball thing this year. They drafted 3 teams, and they're having a 3-team round.
That was Renee for a minute.
They're having a 3-team round robin tournament where they're playing games and they're playing to 40. And whoever gets to 40 first wins, and it's going to be some sort of tournament between 3. Like, that's the All-Star game format in the NBA. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's weird.
The Pro Bowl doesn't exist. I mean, the Pro Bowl was always the biggest joke of them all. But the Pro Bowl doesn't even exist. They play flag football now. Like, the MLB All-Star Game is literally the only All-Star game in the major 4 sports that is, like, an actual representation of what the game of sport looks like.
Well, I mean, hockey last year, they were all voted in, because so it became a popularity or a troll contest who got into it, right?
Yeah.
So. Ricky?
Oh, that's Ricky Starks! Oh, my God, he's there right now.
I stopped. I was like,
holy shit, Ricky Starks is there right now. I thought they were gonna do it on Saturday. They did not wait at all.
Hold on, what's happening? Let me see.
Yo, good for him. Holy crap.
Like what, 2 days? 1 day?
I thought they would, yeah, 1 day.
I gotta hear what Ricky said.
If NXT is the future of professional wrestling, well, guess what?
All right, Ricky.
You need an absolute superstar of the future.
Yo, hell yeah, Ricky Starks. Hell yeah.
The hottest free agent. You need the. Oh yeah.
Well, you need the hottest free agent right now, baby.
Wow, they did not wait at all. They did not wait at all.
Which makes me wonder who else we might see this weekend then. Expensive fragrance. It's fantastic.
Not let the handsome face and expensive fragrance fool you.
It's a big get for NXT.
Yeah.
To turn this place upside down. And everybody's been begging the question.
Come on.
When will the revolution be televised?
There we go. The move. He did the whole.
I'm here, ain't I?
That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's it. Did not wait at
Wow,
all.
they did not wait around at all.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah, man. Good for Ricky Starks. Yeah, wowee.
Good luck on Saturday. Thank you, my friend. Same to you.
I cannot believe that they did not even wait around. They were like, nope, immediate. I mean, that's the big match down the line, right? Julia versus Steph. Like, that's the match. That's the match.
For sure.
This cage match should be good. I'm gonna go fill up my water so I can breathe for this main event. So you might have to. Hopefully, we have no connection issues while I'm gone for a minute. But I will be right back. I'm gonna go fill my water so I have a clear voice and good to go for this main event. But Ricky Starks, hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's exciting.
This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has
I love that, brother. I did hear rumors. Oh, and guess what? Ricky Starks is in NXT. That's fantastic.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy
You know what? That's
perforations that tear so much
JPJ
better
and I were
for
talking about it
smooth
earlier
and
about how we assumed he'd probably show up at the
Plus, it
pay-per-view
has more
Saturday.
friction
So,
softness than
I mean,
ordinary
wasted
skin.
absolutely zero time getting him on
Try
NXT. That's
Charmin Ultra Soft
fantastic.
Smooth Tear, voted #1 product of the year.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm a little surprised it went this fast. So how would you already have somebody signed if they hadn't been released from their contract yet? Just waiting on I guess waiting on a stamp of approval or whatever.
That spice is 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Hi, my name is Khadijah, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick of the chicken. It's just the right amount of heat. It gets me excited and definitely wanting more. And then, pro tip, add that cilantro lime sauce. I couldn't get enough of that sauce. It cools it down. If the sandwich is at 100, the cilantro lime takes it to 200. It makes me want to, tell all my friends and family.
Real guest paid for their testimonial.
You were diagnosed with thyroid eye disease a long time ago.
It's fantastic.
And year after year, you weathered the storm and just lived with the damage that was left behind. But even after all this time, your thyroid eye disease could still change. Restoration is still possible. Learn how you could give your eyes a fresh start at TEDhelp.com.
This Thursday, watch a new episode of Police 24/7 at 8/7 Central.
Michael Kelly from Michael Kelly Injury.
So who do you think that we'll see any of the others showing up on NXT this weekend, or you think it'll just be a little while?
Injured? Call Kelly. Call 4. Touches of black.
Vic had to ask Booker who Ricky was.
Say a lot without having to say much.
Do you think that was just so he could tell the crowd, tell the audience who he was, or do you think he honestly didn't know who he was? Because I feel like that's not a thing.
And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything.
All right, I'm back. Hi.
Yeah, we're just talking about Ricky Starks.
Man, what a moment that was.
Right?
Was not expecting that. I mean,
no,
obviously,
we're talking about it being this weekend.
Yeah, I was obviously expecting him to come to NXT or WWE. I think that was a pretty foregone conclusion.
I didn't expect it tonight.
But no, I thought for sure it would be Saturday.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Saturday he would do that, but they did not wait around. They did not wait around.
Scott mentioning too, funny how Vic had to ask Booker who Ricky was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're going to let him be Ricky Starks, as they should.
Yeah.
Which is good. I know that they copyrighted a whole list of names the other day, and I was like, hopefully that's not for, you know, Jordan Grace or Ricky Starks. Like, just let them be.
And helping people win their injury cases.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that Booker T would have no idea who he is. But he will know. Oh, I had the commercials going this whole time. Whoops. I did not mute them before I went.
What's going on here?
We'll be fine.
Sad Mr. Chase.
Oh, yeah, he's still sad.
This Kale Dixon guy, he's been getting a lot of TV time for someone who's I've not seen in the ring yet.
Well, he got injured, I believe. I believe he was getting focused on a little while ago, and then he had a bad injury. So now he's been cleared as of a couple weeks, and he's been on TV almost every week since he's been cleared. So,
yeah.
Who's that guy? I don't know this guy. Uriah Connors.
He said a nice to meet you, so he must be new.
Uriah, very nice to meet you, but I can't do it on a school night. School?
Oh my God, he's playing the himbo.
I thought you said that Chase U was dead.
You say he's dead, but he's not, right? Like,
he's right. Chase U is dead. I guess old habits just smell hard.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Now we'll see.
I mean, I think we were talking about for the last 2 weeks how this was going to be a strap match, right? Like,
Yeah, because Eddie Thorpe whooped him with the
twice.
strap. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I feel like they've been going to the strap match. Like, they've been.
Is this going to be just a normal strap match though? Like, not? I don't know, be one of those stupid 4 corners ones.
No, that's the original strap. That's what you're supposed to do. The original strap match is the 4 corners.
But it turns it into something that's just like not been fun to watch lately.
Yeah, I mean, I like the one. What they do? It was Punk and Drew, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
Well, I liked it. But that's how the original strap match was, and then WWE got lazy, and they were like, "Oh, you can pin, just like you can pin in a cage match now," which is dog shit. You know how you used to have to win cage matches through the door or over the cage?
That did become a #1 contenders match for Vengeance Day.
I mean, that's an easy win for Fraxium. That's not even.
Yeah.
Man.
Free agent who's already signed. A lot of the crowd seems like they're not so sure who he is.
Do not let the handsome face and expensive fragrance fool you. I am here to turn this place upside down. And everybody's been begging the question, when will the revolution be televised again? And well,
he looks so good.
Yep.
I'm here, ain't I?
Made the event time.
Very good. That is a listen, I will say the main event picture on the men's side of things in NXT needed a jolt.
Yeah, the women are great. The men are like, I mean, the fact that there was no NXT men in the Rumble should say everything.
Yep, it needed a jolt because they got Oba, they got Trick, and I would put Ethan Page up there. And then, they got a good roster, but I feel like after those 3, there is a significant dip before you get to...
Josh Alexander come over?
I would love that.
I think he might go to New Japan.
He could. He's been very vocal that he's wanted to be in the G1.
Yeah.
Big time.
And it's also possible that he goes to New Japan and then comes back and does this, right? Like, does a small stint, does his G1, and...
Yep. If I was Baron, I know, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Pestock or Pestock? Pestock. If I was him, I would be trying to get into the G1. I would be reaching out to New Japan and saying, hey, if there's a spot I want to be in, I think he could be a big, massive star. A big guy like him with that moveset in Japan, he would be a gigantic star over there.
Has he done any time over there?
I don't think so, because he's been in WWE. They don't let him.
Yeah, that's true. And he's just starting his indie stuff, right?
Yeah. So. He did the Bloodsport match with Barnett, which was good.
Did you see...
and he showed up in... Yeah, it was GCW, technically.
Josh Barnett say that he wants... Was it Rusev that he said needs to...
Yeah, Miro. That would be great. If they could get Miro in a Bloodsport match, holy shit.
Oh, and speaking of Miro, did you see CJ Perry tweet out today about Happy Rusev Day?
No. Wow, all right. They got divorced, didn't they?
Yeah, which that's... I don't want to say it surprised me, but it surprised me.
That's at least that's being supportive. That's nice.
Yeah.
Makes me think hopefully they were on good
Rusev
terms.
Day, and she said Happy Rusev Day indeed and retweeted the guy, whoever it was. So.
I mean, now that we saw Ricky show up that quick, I was thinking like, oh, we won't see Aleister Black and Rusev for a while. After Mania, probably, because I don't think they would have plans in stone for Mania. And why would you bring them back?
What for Aleister Black doing?
Leader of the Judgment Day, when they kick Finn out.
Yeah.
Although I do think Aleister Black would...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I would think he'd be on SmackDown, though, because that's where Zelina is, and they're obviously married.
What I was gonna
and
say.
Judgment Day's not on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But I feel like...
I wonder if he gets involved with, like, the Wyatt somehow.
Yeah. I mean, I would like him to just come back as a solo guy and just be who he was before. Just not stick him in a room for 3 months begging for a fight. Just have him beat the fuck out of people like he did in NXT. But if they were going to do a grandiose angle for him, I could see... You know what I think is going to happen, though, to be honest with you?
What's up?
I think there's a chance, and I know he got a great reaction on Monday. I think there's a chance AJ Styles could end up in Judgment Day.
I could see that.
I think there's a chance. I would say a small chance, but I think there's a chance.
Speaking of AJ Styles, did you see Michin? It's a nice little post about the Good Brothers.
Oh, no. Yeah, they got released. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was just like, my brothers forever, didn't know that, blah, blah, blah. It was just it was a really nice post about, how they're always going to be our big brothers, regardless if they're there or not. It was just a really nice post.
I think Ridge Holland could win this.
It would definitely set Tony up for something.
I think Ridge Holland could win this here. I agree with you, Justin. I do think as a look, I think Ridge Holland has a good look. He looks like a monster. And I feel like what they're doing with him in NXT, while I don't think it's a final product and I don't think it's like necessarily been super great, I do think this is the first time that I feel like he's had a character since he's been in WWE.
Josh Alexander's wife signed with Maple Leaf Pro, Scott?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know who also signed with Maple Leaf Pro?
Oh.
Michael Allen, Richard Clark, baby.
Did he actually sign? I saw he was doing.
Well, they did a I don't know if he signed, but they did a graphic promoting him to be on the show.
Yeah, he's the first wrestler from Western Canada to be on the show.
Hell yeah. I partied with him and Larry until like 5 a.m.
He's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah. I hit the streets of Edmonton. I got back to Spencer's house at like 7:15 in the morning after a night out with Michael Allen, Richard Clark, and Larry.
The Wild Wild West. You can party till whenever.
It was a time. It was a time.
I didn't know Maple Leaf Pro had anybody signed. I thought everybody was sort of like one-time show deals. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly don't even know who he's married to.
I forget her name.
I'm so bad at stuff like that.
I forget her name. She's a sweetheart of a lady, though. I met her when I went to the Northern Crown show. Money in the Bank weekend in Toronto. But she was a very nice woman. Very nice woman. And their kid is adorable.
Starts tomorrow. Tickets are on sale this Friday. Also, Madison Square Garden for Roadblock. The theater at Madison
Jade Chung is her name. Wrestler. Used to be a wrestler.
Yes.
Jade Chung. That's who he's married to.
Oh. Ow.
Oh, in the eyes.
Yeah. Hold on to the ponytail or whatever, and then gouge in the eyes at the same time.
Damn.
There are no rules inside of the steel cage match. I wanted to finish that. No finish. As well, right off the cage was Rich, and again another point. Corey, you and I talked about before we began. The family's here ringside. The family can't get in.
Oh, it's Tony D going for. Oh, he missed.
Said he didn't need the family to get the job done.
Yeah, I've had the privilege of partying with some wrestlers in my time, and it's never been a bad occasion. It has never been a bad occasion.
He's big time JPJ.
Never been a bad time.
Oh, that's cute.
Not once. Yeah, their son is adorable. Yeah, their son is adorable. Yeah, it was a good time. I think Alexander is one of those guys that every company in the world is going to be looking for that guy. He's got
a whole look too. He's a whole vibe.
Yep, and he's got a good shtick, the walking weapon, and just everything about him. He's one of the best in-ring wrestlers out there currently. I could see WWE having interest, New Japan, everybody.
I mean, I could definitely see AEW looking at him, especially with Speedball. The rumors of Speedball, at least.
Yeah, what the hell?
And then those rumors have been forever.
Yeah,
and
that's taken a while.
Then you also have Ethan Page here, you
can redo the North if you wanted to, or you could have them go against each other. They have obviously a long history with their TNA roots.
You can always refer back to storylines that like the before times, right? If you're leading into things.
I mean, now, wow, we are starting 59.
Wow.
The starters aren't playing that whole fourth quarter for the Pistons. You just give them the rest. That's it. They did. That's it.
They did their work.
Get the backups in there. Let the backups get some stats. No reason to have the starters in that game.
Even this main event, some time.
Yeah, well, it's good. Which I'm glad. It's a title match. It's a cage match.
Unless we're getting a bunch of shenanigans afterwards here.
I mean, the family is out there.
Yeah.
It's been so long now that it's just commonplace, but I really hate that they have officials in the cage matches.
I don't remember a time when they didn't.
When I was a kid, you only could win a cage match by climbing over the cage or going through the door.
I do remember that, but I don't remember that not including a ref.
You can't. Well, there was always a ref in there, but you couldn't. There was no pins.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
You couldn't pin somebody. What the hell is the point of the steel cage if you can pin them? Let's have a regular match.
So there was a whole chunk of time where I was not watching wrestling. And when I came back to wrestling, the first steel cage match I saw, I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Don't you have to climb over this?
Nonsense.
And someone was like, oh, no. And I'm like, oh,
that
changed a lot in 10 years.
It was the whole era when WWE, they just got lazy. They just got lazy. They did, you could do this. And then all of a sudden, in the strap match that you talk about, they went from the four corners to you can just win with a pinfall. Trash. Hate it.
Speedball just got back from Canada. What does that mean? He's Canadian? Do you mean
he is Canadian?
Yeah.
I was told by people in the know. I was told that it was kind of a done deal. He's going to AEW. There were just visa issues, and it was going to be late January. Now, obviously,
everything I heard was that they were done.
Yeah, and then I heard it was going to be late January. Obviously, we are approaching mid-February. And he's still not there yet. But, yeah.
Is that true, Justin?
That might be true. I know Justin's a longtime wrestling fan. And if that's the case, that's fine. I just preferred it when you couldn't win by pinfall.
So WWF made it their own sort of thing.
Yeah, and then they were like, you know what? We're going to go back to just this. And I'm like, well, why? Why would you do that?
That's fair.
Where's
Vengeance Day this weekend? Is it in Washington?
Yes, Washington, D.C. What a time to be down there.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I think, yeah. If he's good to go, then, you know, hopefully we'll see him show up soon. I don't know who would show up for, if any of them will show up for any of the events this weekend. So much stuff this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just got our big debut in NXT tonight with Starks. I expected him to be the big thing that happened on Saturday. I don't think they would debut Speedball at Grand Slam. I don't think that would make much sense.
No, I don't think so either.
So it's going to be a Dynamite at some point.
Well, what if my thing is I assume now, obviously, what happens when you assume, but I would love to see him make a debut with Max Caster in his open challenges.
That'd be good. That'd be a good way to do it, because I assume Max Caster's going to lose more of those open challenges than.
Oh yeah, like I feel like he's going to get squashed by Hangman here right away.
Yeah,
right?
like I feel like he's going to lose a lot of those. So if you use that as like a way to incorporate new people or like kind of revitalize some people, I think that would be a funny and good way to do it.
As soon as I heard he was doing the open challenges, I thought, okay, here comes Speedball, because I figure like.
Because a lot of people thought he was going to show up in the Gauntlet match as his debut that they had a month ago or so, but obviously things weren't ready for him to do so. Oh, a nice perfect plex.
I don't think I give Tony enough credit here in the ring. Like, when you watch him, he's really good.
That's the thing that, you know, because Tony D was one of the 2.0 characters.
Yes.
When they first started, and I saw the character, and I was like, look at this shit. Look at this corny bullshit. And I didn't buy into it at first, but his in-ring actually bought me into the character to where, like, I think this is a main roster thing. I think the family could 100% work on the main roster.
All of them?
Yes. Well, at least him and the girl. Him and Rizzo. And probably Stax. I feel like the newer guy can maybe stay in NXT and, like, get some more seasoning on him. Mm-hmm. But I think Stax, him, and Rizzo, I think that's a main roster working. Like, throw them on SmackDown in the mid-card, I think it works. 1,000%. I think it works.
Does Rizzo wrestle? I don't know the last time I saw her in a ring, if she does.
I can't remember. I love her, though, the way she talks.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the people in the group, she pulls off the Italian... Not pulls it like obviously it's an over-the-top accent on all of them, but she is the most authentic to me.
She's the most where you're like, okay, she
I'm
might
like,
be Italian.
That didn't look good. What the hell was that? Yeah, he tried to like get out of the way. That was weird. Yeah, that like when I hear her talk, I go, that is literally half the Italian women I've met in my life, in the Northeast, and like in the Merrimack Valley. A nickname for the Merrimack Valley, where I'm from, I live in the Merrimack Valley, I grew up in the Merrimack Valley, it's called the Mingia Valley, because it's all Italians.
Oh, okay.
And my family, my mom's 100% Italian.
What is she doing? Oh.
I'm telling you, Izzy Dame is she's going with Ridge. She's going to give that to Ridge. I called this last week.
Yeah, you did.
I called this last week. She's going to end up helping Ridge. And she's going to turn heel. Oh,
so he took it from her and then threw it in.
Are they going to play it off that Stax is the reason, though?
Huh.
I thought they were going to play it off that she's going to turn and actually join Ridge. I mean, it's a cage match. There's no rules. He can use it.
Yeah. It's just funny that he took it from her just to throw it in the ring anyway.
Yeah.
But I like how they did that. Like, she's holding onto her jacket, waiting for the camera to make sure and then just, like.
I think that's it. New champ. New champ.
Nope.
You're ahead of me. I still think we're getting a new champ. But.
Oh.
Oh, now he's going in the eyes. Oh, is he going to use the crowbar? Oh, maybe Tony D will win. Oh, yeah, he's going for it. There it is. Wow, all right.
We still have a few minutes left, so someone's.
I still think Izzy Dame is going to turn at some point.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Scott, that she's wearing Ridge's colors.
Yep. Yep.
Because the red jacket was a standout. I was like, that's interesting. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Ridge's color. Red. Oh, here comes everybody to the ring. So.
I mean, Stax is wearing Ridge's colors too. I mean, they kind of all are.
True.
He's wearing his pants color is the same as Ridge, the other guy.
But everybody's turning on the Dawn.
All right, something's happening though. Are we going to get another date? Is Ricky Starks going to show up again?
Well, that's what I thought.
Like, is something else happening here?
The two girls are in the ring though, with the Dawn stuff.
I feel like, yeah, we got a couple minutes here. I feel like something's going to happen here.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Something's happening. Oh, Sean Spears. Okay. I was going to... All right, that makes sense. They've been flirting around with this group here.
Uh-oh.
No, she's turning. Izzy Dame's turning. I don't trust her. She's hitting him. Yep, she's hitting him. Yep.
Wow.
I knew it. I thought she'd go with Ridge, but still, I knew it.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
She giving her a chokeslam? Damn. I mean, Izzy Dame is big. She is a...
Well, she's been going like
a sizable... Oh, they're locking the cage.
While, right?
Well, Sean Spears has been trying to recruit her for a long time, and she went to Tony D to, like, keep this guy away from me. He's a creep. Now the ref's in there just going, hey.
You know, the refs have no control.
All right, so we're getting Sean Spears versus Tony D. For that's the new thing.
What's that chant?
You guys suck?
That's what I thought too.
Oh, Stax is coming. Oh! Damn.
That's crazy.
That hurt Spears, you can tell. All right. So we got a new faction there with Izzy Dame.
Don't hate it.
I don't know the guy on the left.
Isn't that the Nico guy?
Is that his name? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Nico was the driver when they got in the car that day.
All right. Yeah, tight spot. Real good with Ricky showing up. I thought that was going to happen on Saturday. But they did not wait. They did not waste time. It really
does make me wonder if we're getting something else Saturday now.
I think he's going to end up still being the leader. Because that group, I wonder if they're going to show it at the end of this. Because at the end of the last couple NXTs, when they've shown that group, it says Vengeance Day on it.
Yeah.
So it makes me think...
on Vengeance Day.
It makes me think that they're going to show up and take some people out. And I think Ricky Starks could still be the leader.
It's really funny because we saw that the graphic, and then the names that were floating around I sent to you, and then I was like, okay, they match up, but then because everybody was looking at the guy with the ears saying it was Ricky Starks, but then of course that was before Ricky was released.
Yeah.
Right? So this would be really funny.
And again, those four guys, I don't think any of them leading that group is going to get over. I don't think they're known enough yet. You know what I mean? So like
But I don't think it's going to be 3 and Ricky. I think it's going to be the 4.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ricky wasn't part of the. Well, as we know, part of the conversation.
The balance of power may shift once again at Vengeance Day.
Yeah, he won't do anything with GCW now that he's part of this.
Nah.
All right, let's see if we get a
tease.
Oh.
Yep, I saw a little bit of it. Yep, it's kind of creeping in there. Yep. Oh, they had a mask this time. Was that dreads? Yeah.
I think that's those 4 names match up, but yeah, that's crazy. Craziness.
Yeah, so they're showing up at Vengeance Day, those 4 guys. They're definitely showing up and doing something on Vengeance Day. So we'll have to see kind of how that goes. But all right, that was a pretty good show. I mean, obviously the Ricky Stark stuff is very eventful.
Good go home show though. Like, I like when there's a go home show that actually does something. It doesn't just rely on, hey, we just got to get through to the next day. You know?
Yeah. Tony D retained in the main event, and then Izzy Dame turned on Tony D and joined the Sean Spears group there. That's how the show ended. So we got a new official group there with Izzy Dame. I thought she was going to turn and help Ridge win. I knew she was turning on Tony D. I knew it was happening, but it went the other way, and she joined Sean Spears. But yeah, no, that I agree with you, Peggy. I thought that was a good go-home show. It had, one triple threat match got turned into a fatal 4-way for the show. The main event cage match, there was some good wrestling. Zaria was good. Yeah, that's what it is, Scott. I just feel like none of those guys have enough star power or people will care if any of those guys are the leaders. So I feel like they need a bigger name to be the leaders of
Unless they're just
that
using
group.
them to advertise Level Up.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But one of them is Dion Lennox.
Yes.
And Dion Lennox has been on NXT television.
That's the Clark Kent guy, right?
Yes, with the glasses. Yeah. He's been on NXT television a good amount here the last couple months. So he's going to be, I think, the most noticeable one. Like, people will know who he is.
Yeah.
Of the 4, the other 4 are really Level Up and lower guys on the totem pole, which makes me think that they're going to need a bigger name to be their leader.
Yeah.
And I think Ricky Starks could be a good choice.
Well, because even what he said in the crowd was, when does the evolution take place? Like, and he's sort of implying that he's bringing like a new sort of, I don't want to say a takeover, but yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to see.
Well,
But all right, that was a good show. Thank you to everyone for tuning in over on TikTok, YouTube, and the Twitch. All 3 chats were pretty good tonight. So appreciate you all watching in. Give a follow, give a thumbs up, support the channel. The more support, the more we can make cool content and do some cool stuff like that as we continue to grow. Appreciate everybody. If I am hopefully feeling better tomorrow, I will be streaming at some point, playing some games in the afternoon. But it all really depends. I woke up today feeling the worst, so I'm hoping today's the worst. You have like that first day.
Yeah.
You have the first day when you wake up and you're like, oh, am I coming down with something? And then you have the second day where you're like, oh, shit, I came down with something. And then it's that third day you wake up and you're like, I'm dead. I am not a human being. Now I'm hoping by day 4, it's like, okay, it's kind of leaving. And then, by the time we get to the end of the week, we're doing okay. But regardless, I should be live tomorrow at some point playing some games. But until then, I will see you then. Ophelia's links are all in the chat. Go follow her. We have her Twitter link, her Instagram link, her Threads link. You can also find her on Blue Sky and TikTok at Ophelia_Payne.
Mm-hmm.
So go follow all that stuff. And yeah, I will see you on these watch-alongs. I was informed that we're not leaving until Tuesday, which makes me think that we can have a Raw watch-along next week.
Keep me in the loop.
So we most likely will have a Raw watch-along next week because apparently I'm not leaving until Tuesday. So we will do a Raw watch-along. So there will be no SmackDown watch-along on Friday. It is Valentine's Day, so we're taking the night off. I'm going to eat my chocolates and sip my champagne. And, yeah. I'm going up north. We're going to the North Conway, the mountains of New Hampshire, for 3 or 4 days to kind of be tucked in the snowy mountains up there and go to a lot of good restaurants and breweries and get drunk and drink good coffee and eat good food in the mountains and try to stay away from people actually from New Hampshire as most I can. Those bigots that live in New Hampshire, the south of the north. With that being said, for Peggy, for myself, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you all.